Oh yeah, it's time to talk. Want to talk to me? I want to talk to you. Oh, yeah. What it do, Toby? What it do, Anthony? What it do, Jay, Mr. Yagami? So it's a lot of talk about Taylor Serrano, but it's good though. Any amount of people talking this much about a women's boxing match is good for women's boxing because that does effectively mean that the profile of the sport has been increased. And what the other girls got to do, because I already see it. I seen Michaela talking about she want to fight Amanda at 140. For what, homegirl? For what? You don't got a belt at 140. What would be the point of that? It don't make sense. Like, nah, like what you need to do is what Katie did and what Amanda did. You need to do your thing in your own division. Because what tends to happen in the sport, whether it's the women or the men, everybody want to gravitate towards the same fighter or the same fighters. Nah, it don't work like that. They just had a war with each other. Now you trying to like get in on what they doing. You got to do your own thing. That's what you got to do. Your own thing. For worrying about Amanda, who don't really fight at 140, right? Michaela, go after Lauren Price. What are you doing? Go after Lauren. Or give Sandy that rematch. A lot of people seen that fight. Give Sandy that rematch. You know what I mean? Lucius, what it do? Danny Lopez, you already know, son. Dinero que lo que manin. El Mr. Lightning, Shaka. Antoine Hernandez, Antonio. Jonah. Mr. Calderón, Tego Calderón. Para que lo sepa, manin. I hate Jono Sabo, kids. I hate all the Jono Sabos. I want my man Alexis to join the panel tonight. He's controversial, but well-versed. He's not Dominican like me. He's Puerto Rican, but we're cousins, you know? And yeah, like Michaela, like, yeah, of course, Mayer versus Serrano would be a fight that moves the needle. Of course it would. But you ask too much of the people that are already doing a lot. You got to do your thing. Contra?
What up, Jules? What's going on, man?
We had a couple of days to reflect upon what we saw on Saturday. No, on Friday. That was Friday, right?
Yeah.
We had a couple of days. Now that you've had a little bit more time to digest what you saw, who did you think won Taylor versus Serrano to?
Serrano.
Really? Who did you think won the first fight?
You know, that was a tough one to call. I mean, I think Serrano outpointed her in both, to be honest.
Wow. Okay, so you think Amanda won both fights?
Not by a wide margin, though. I think both fights were kind of, the first one was definitely closer than the second one, but I think Serrano definitely outpointed her in the second one too. So
Let me go to Virtuoso.
I like both fighters, so
let me go to Virtuoso. Virtuoso, what did you think? Because now everybody had a chance to reflect and and process their thoughts. Who did you think won on Friday?
You know what? I can make an interesting case for both of them, but it seems like Amanda did edge it out. But I think Eddie needed that win, man. It's just like, I mean, it just looked too suspicious to me. I mean, she did Katie did get a point deduction, and it was a close fight. So there's a little room for fights going both ways.
I mean, he needed that win, but I guess the reason that I can't say too much, right? Because I thought Amanda won, right? But it wasn't a show. You know what I mean? Like it ain't they town. It's not they show. They not the ones in control of the promotion, deciding, who's doing this and that. So it's like, yeah, I guess, it just is what it is. Kyle. Well, I don't gotta ask Kyle because Kyle already said he thinks Taylor won.
Yeah. Well, actually, Jules, anytime I feel like I'm being too biased, I like to listen to what other content creators have to say. So in this particular one, it's mixed. It's like really, really mixed. If you get away from the stereotypes and the hardcore fans, it is mixed as hell. Like you have Clarissa hates them both. We know that, right?
Oh yeah, I mean,
but she got no dog in the race. So she said Katie won it. She thought she'd done enough. Paulie Malignaggi thought Katie had it. Nesta Gibbs thought she had it. Then you have Alicia Baumgardner, who said she thought Serrano would won it, and even Sean Porter thought Serrano had it. So,
I mean, I thought Serrano had it. I thought Serrano had it by the output activity. That it's like you're just throwing and landing a lot more punches. So on that premise that, the second half of the fight is really a lot of exchanges. Like, Katie's moving and punching and countering in the first half, but a lot of the second half was exchanges. And it's like, y'all trading now. Like y'all just scrapping.
Paulie
Let me go to Devontae. Devontae, you had time to reflect on Friday's fight. Who in your opinion deserved to win on Friday?
Without a doubt, Serrano. It was a good fight, but it wasn't a close fight, in my opinion. I struggled to give Katie 3 rounds, if you ask me.
Wow.
I thought it was a dominant performance by Amanda. She had her rock multiple times. Katie just used her head. She landed some good shots, but by and large, Serrano.
Wow. That's one of the few people that I've heard that say that they felt Amanda won it wide, because a lot of people, regardless of who they picked, they'll say it was close. Whereas Amanda Serrano wide, that's a hot take. That's a hot take. Undefeated, what the fuck? Who won the fight?
Zero doubt. Amanda won that fight. Jake Paul, you bitch, you should have robbed her. Fucking cost me my parlay.
There's the motivation right there.
Fuck, man. I had every single fight right. I picked Tyson and Paul to go to the decision, the 10 rounds. That delivered. Fucking, I even threw my Cowboys versus Houston. I picked Houston. Houston won. The only fucking fight that fucked me was fucking Amanda and Katie, man. Fuck.
Oh shit, man. I mean, and it's like I love both, so it's not like I'm partial. Like, no, I'm not partial. I just really thought man. I thought she was up by 2 rounds without the point deduction.
Yeah, she won. She won the fight. Now let me ask you this. Let me see, how can I word it? Is there a need for a third fight?
I'll be honest. A need? No, there is no need. There was a need for a rematch, and we got it. But there's no need for a third fight unless, and people gonna feel how they gonna feel about this, because I'm already seeing it. Unless you're gonna do it for 12 threes, then no, you don't do it. Because you got to add something now. You got to make it different somehow. You need another angle to sell it, because y'all did it 2 times already. So what's supposed to make the third any different? And Amanda's the one who suggested it. And this is where I'm seeing that she's getting pushback from some people that, of course, you're going to want the 12 threes because it favors what you want to do. I'm already seeing people saying that, but I'm like, not for nothing, from a sales perspective. Yeah, unless it's going to be for 12 threes. I personally, I want Amanda, go back to Feather and go beat the shit out of Kyle's friend. Go beat the shit out of Sky. That is an easy fight.
Gonna do that.
It's an easy fight, dog. It's an easy fight.
Hey, did you see that picture that they all took together in front of the stage?
Tan rica la Miquelela.
Oh, mira Miquela, bro.
Tan gordita ahora. Está gordita.
A mí me gusta.
No se ve bien, la gordura, no me gustaba que cuando estaba todo flaquita, no me gusta.
Yeah. Oh, bro, Sugar Neeks.
Ay, Dios mío, esa niña. Gooch, what do you think, Gooch? First fight, second fight, who won on Friday? That's true. I never
I
thought of
agree.
it that way.
I
What do you
agree.
think? He's right about that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Spot on, bro. Spot on.
I never thought about it that way. It's amazing.
Fucking the custom motto of YouTube, bro.
Bro, I wish I put it that way,
Shit.
But yeah, just the potentiality of a third fight, unless it's gonna be for 12 threes, it's hard to see why they should do it.
Yeah, and how could they sell it when it's literally 0-2?
Well, look, they got Fury in there with fucking Chisora 3 times, and Fury's 3-0 in their trilogy, so anything's possible,
Yeah.
He won all 3 fights, but it's just like unless you're gonna make it different somehow, it's I don't see how you could sell it unless you're gonna make it different somehow. And even then, it's a little bit of it is a little tough to sell it because she's 2-0. And what I'm seeing, Katie said, I fought you in America 2 times. If we do a third, it needs to be in the UK. And I'm like, whoa.
Oh, that's a tall order then. Yeah, forget it.
Yeah, like, no, I mean, the thing is, I'm looking at both sides of the argument, and I'm like, I don't think that's a crazy request. She fought you in New York. She fought you in Texas. She didn't make you fly out to her. Y'all didn't have to fight in the UK, but it's like, if she fought you 2 times in America, I don't think that's crazy. But I also think that's a big stumbling block. Like, if she sticks to that, there won't be a third fight. If she sticks to that, there won't be.
I'll be honest, bro. I thought the first one barely by the skin of her teeth.
I agree with that.
Amanda pulled it off.
No, I thought Katie won the first one. Honest to God, I thought by the skin of her teeth though is what I'm thinking. They're like, you barely, like you survived. You got your legs back under you because remember she got hurt, and then when she was moving and punching, okay, I'll give her that one. But to me, Amanda did better in this one. She did, but she was. This felt like she was landing a lot more punches than she did before. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All through.
Go ahead. Let Devontae in on this. Go ahead, Devontae.
I don't see a need for a third fight, but if it was one, it should be in Ireland, but for 12 threes. So, concessions on both sides. But really, I think Amanda should let Sky unify and go back undisputed at 126 for, unification there. And I think Katie need to take care of Chantel one last time, for that trilogy. I think they both should retire after that.
I agree with that. Yeah. That if there's gonna be a trilogy, it should be it should be Chantel, because it's like they're actually 1-1 with each other, and motherfucker can't say no shit because Chantel beat her at home. She beat her in Ireland the first fight, So I definitely agree with that. As far as Sky, I want Amanda to beat the hell out of Sky. Like, I'm just like, I don't know what people are seeing. I don't know what people think is going on. Like, what you think? You throwing one punch, 2-3 punches around, that's gonna win the fight? Really? You ain't seeing this woman as a tank? This woman is a tank.
Jules. She's a tank, but she needs a decent fight. She's way ahead of these girls, Sky. So if she does get stopped by Amanda, let it happen.
I'm not knocking Sky. Like, Sky's just, Sky's talking that shit. And it's like, I don't mind that she's talking that shit because 126 needs that. You don't want a division full of polite people in Joseph Parker's, right? Nah, you need somebody that's going to talk some shit. Sky's talking some shit. And I do feel like, if you made Serrano versus Nicholson, that moves the needle. That moves the needle. It absolutely would.
And
What was the fight be at, though?
Doesn't Alicia want Amanda as well?
But I would say if you're talking about where the fight should be, let's not kid ourselves. Amanda's the A side. Where Amanda wants it. If Amanda's willing to do it, Amanda picks where it happens.
Low though.
Who me? The country?
How about? Hold on. What?
Is it me?
No, I'm sorry. I have a phone call. I apologize. I hit mute and it turned off for some reason.
Jesus Christ, country. Sell your drugs on your own time.
Okay.
But Amanda's the A side. She's the clear A side, so it'll be wherever she wants it. If that's Puerto Rico, for example, all right, then that's Puerto Rico. You could take it or you could leave it,
Hypothetically, if that fight happens, That's not going to happen until probably the mid of next year to late next year because she's still got mandatories to defend if she's going to defend those belts.
You got what's this girl? Miranda. You got Jennifer Miranda, and you know I could see the WBA giving her a pass. That if Amanda said, "Yo, I'm about to unify with Sky," I think they'll chill out. The other one is who's the other one?
WBO, buddy.
The BO, yeah, but I forgot who's at number one because I was looking at it the other day.
Look, I think it'll be Sarah Mahfood after the Ramos fight.
Oh yeah,
we don't want that again. We don't want that shit again.
Yeah, we don't need that again.
You know how much shit Amanda will take if she takes that fight.
Yeah, like we saw, we saw both those fights already, Ramos and Mahfood. So it can be done, if they want to pursue it, it can be done. But yeah, Amanda's the A side. So if you go down there, you beat up Sky and all the stuff. And Katie, if you're gonna settle up with anybody, it should be Chantel. It should be Chantel.
Yeah, because Chantel got screwed. I mean,
I don't think she got screwed.
Oh well, think about yours.
I don't. No. See, I've never sympathized with Chantel's perspective because it's unrealistic. It is. You don't draw nowhere like she draws in Ireland. You don't. So for everybody to get paid the right way, it needed to be there. It's simple. Like it's not complicated. It's simple. And this is one of those situations where if the roles were reversed and Chantel were the Katie Taylor, I bet you she'd be singing a different tune.
Yeah, but she won the first fight, Jules, and then she gave her an immediate rematch.
Oh, because there was, bro. This once again, I've always viewed all of that as disingenuous. Oh, you gave Katie the rematch. Oh, because you had something better to do.
Oh, it was a good.
Wait a minute, didn't she sign a rematch clause? Yeah, like what the hell? Like what are we talking about?
Like what that is more of what we see in the postmodern era, where the B-side just doesn't want to accept that they're the B-side, like B-Vol, for example. Cool, you beat Canelo. This is not Highlander, where you absorb all the powers and you get all the... It's not like that, bro. Like, that's cool. But now
the only one.
Right? Like, now you trying to tell Canelo, oh, yeah, it need to be at once. Like, bro, fam. You fucking... And they don't want to admit it, because I seen Kornilov talking shit, and it's like, bro, y'all started talking about some 168. You not understanding. You was fortunate to not get jobbed. You were lucky. Like, yeah, they tried. Robbed your ass.
They tried, though.
They did try, and they should have tried harder, because I like being right.
Almost a year of inactivity.
I mean, but Jules, fellas, it's like, I mean, with the whole beat, see, what weight stipulation was in the contract for the Bivol Canelo rematch? Was that even like ever drawn out?
No, because they never got far enough. They never actually got far enough to iron out a contract in terms for a rematch. What it really was is that Bivol starts and Kornilov starts saying, oh, they wanted it 168 because it'll be for Canelo's belts. If they do it again at 175, they'll just be defending their own. But it's like, bro, you're not the ones in charge. You won the fight, cool, but you're not in charge. You're not the A side. Like I said, this is not Highlander where you just absorb all the privileges. It doesn't work like that. The money that makes it happen and makes everything move, Canelo's still the one bringing it. Just like with Katie and Chantel, yeah, it's cool you won the first fight, but don't kid yourself. You're not the one in charge. You mad it had to be in Ireland 2 times? But do you sell somewhere that it should be somewhere else?
But and Chantel is just like, oh, I gave you the immediate rematch. Bitch, you were contracted to give her the immediate rematch. Like, what are you doing? Acting like, oh, I'm doing you a favor, agreeing to what I agreed to.
No, and agreeing to the biggest fight in women's boxing at that, they're like, what were you going to go do after that then? Because you're just giving her this rematch out of the generosity of your heart. Was there something better you had to do?
One thing I couldn't understand as well is like, okay, so she replaced Amanda, right?
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be Amanda. So, like, how the hell do you kick Ellie Scottney off the card when you're just a replay? I mean, like that.
Well, that's how she got. Listen, that's how she got a bad. Like Chantel's a great fighter. I think we can all agree on that. But that's how she got a bad reputation. That like, yo, you always got like a problem of some kind. You know, like I remember when she was being trained by Shane. She said, "Oh, Shane didn't want to train female fighters. She said something like that. I did a video on it. I could pull it up for those that want to see it because all of that stuff kind of got buried. But it's like, you know that I don't really believe you because after you left, right? He trains Carolyn Dubois. He trains Ellie Scottney. So where do you get that he didn't want to train a female fighter? I don't really believe that. And then the way you left, it's like, well, you left him, but you left Jamie Moore and Nigel Travis. You left them. And it's like, well, why would you leave them? And you left them as soon as you lost to Katie Taylor. You can say whatever it is, but it just looks to me like you're blaming them. That's how it looks like, oh, well, you're going to leave them when you lose, right? It's all good when you win, but you leave them when you lose.
I think
like what it
like,
looked like.
It's just like after you remember, like she beat Katie, right? She won the first fight, and then afterwards she's still complaining like, "Oh, Matchroom wanted me to lose. They weren't really on my side." Well, still, you got the win and took a row. So what the hell do you? Oh, so what? You still
That's
won.
and that's the crazy part. That like, yo, dog, if it was as unfair as you make it seem, you never would have won. If it was,
thank you,
bro. Like, and this is the thing. I ain't just Joe Blow on the sidelines. I've interviewed her 3-4 times, and each time she says she didn't think the fight would happen. I said, nah, it'll happen. It'll happen. So that when it does happen, oh, it's a new problem or a new thing. It's like, yo, dog, you're not gonna be happy with nothing. You wasn't happy with nothing when you won, so I know you ain't gonna be happy when you lose.
Bro,
you know
she still got the decision in Katie's hometown. So like, what more do you need?
What more evidence do you need that it was fair?
In a fight that was close enough that they could have robbed her.
There's room for.
Yo, I seen worse robberies than that, Jason. Like, yeah, if they wanted to get you out there, they could have. I seen worse.
Right. Look what just happened with Katie and the man in the rematch. Hello.
I mean, like, yeah, like, basically what I'm thinking is, does Chantel deserve a trilogy? Yeah, but is she gonna be satisfied by one?
No.
Nope.
She's one of those people that's always going to have a problem, no matter.
Even
what.
if she won the trilogy, it's still gonna be something that she'll find to complain about.
It's like what you mad about is something that nobody could control. That what you're mad that Eddie Hearn puts more priority on Katie than the other girls. That's how any promoter would do that. Every promoter would do that. They're like, yeah, if she's the draw and she moves the needle, then that's how we rocking. It ain't gonna be different when you go somewhere else. They're gonna do the same thing. So if you went to Queensbury because you didn't want to play second fiddle to Katie, that's cool. But if Katie was at Queensbury, right? If that was Frank's fighter, it would be the same deal because it's common sense. It's like when Dillian White didn't like Anthony Joshua, that he don't like that Anthony Joshua is the golden goose at Matchroom to Eddie Hearn. Bro, what the fuck do you expect?
Well, no.
You supposed to be the golden goose?
No, do you remember when Caleb Truax went to Al Heyman and started bitching that Canelo was the guy? Oh, wait, that didn't happen.
Right? You know what I mean? It's like, what kind of shit is that? Like, what kind of time are you on, fam? You mad at common sense shit? So, yeah, I think she should get the trilogy. But even if she win, she's not going to be happy. Like, you're not gonna be happy with nothing. You're not gonna be satisfied with that. So we'll see what they do. Because personally, I think Katie should retire. I'm like, there's not a lot left for you to do.
Yeah, you beat Amanda twice. It's like that's it. You know.
Yeah, like
undisputed champion. That's
You could finish it off with Chantel if you beat her. You could finish it off, right? Like, all right, I gave you the trilogy. You won one, I won one. You can't complain because I don't have to fight you again. I do not have to. My resume speaks for itself. You know, you talking like I'm some kind of ducker or something like. I done fought damn near everybody. The problem is, y'all want me to fight everybody. Y'all want me to fight Clarissa. Y'all
just
want
like
me to
Canelo.
fight Bing, right? Yeah, like, yo, that shit is not realistic, fam. Like, nah, this woman is 37 years old.
Gonna be 38, you know?
38 now.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, she about to be. The shit don't make no sense. So, what did you guys, before I go take this piss, there are a lot of people that are mad at Jake Paul. They're mad at him, at what they saw. But are you guys mad at him? Do you think that he is doing something wrong in the sport of boxing?
First of all, the fight was free. So who's complaining about anything? All you gotta do is turn on Netflix. The fight was there. I mean, you don't want to watch it, you don't watch it. And
No,
then
gamblers.
he's helping other boxers out, as far as Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, Shushu Karen. What is Shushu he put on?
Yeah, he was on there. He was on there. He
Yeah,
fought in the prelim.
Mario Barrios, and they all made probably career high paydays on the show and got major exposure. I mean, you don't like just don't watch them fight.
No, I agree with him as a promoter. Like the one thing I don't like is taking out a 60-year-old Mike Tyson to fight.
Mike agreed to it though.
I understand that. They're like, I understand that he's a grown man, can make his own decisions, yada yada yada. There's still some stuff that's like, bro, bro, of course he was gonna say yes. Why did you ask in the first place? Also, though, I think most of the people who are actually mad are gamblers who are like, oh, Mike Tyson's going to beat the shit out of him. Jake Paul sucks, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, bro, did you see Mike Tyson in the 2000s when his career ended? Because he wasn't very good.
No, he wasn't.
But he was washed. Seriously, he was washed when he fought Lennox.
Like, so, like, I don't know what y'all were thinking. Now they're like, oh, it was fixed because Mike would have, what? Thrown a punch and collapsed on the leg he can't put weight on?
I mean, it did look kind of good for the first couple rounds, but that's as much time as I give him to actually do some work, because at 58, your stamina ain't going to be the same as it was when like you were 26 or whatever. So, again, this shit is limited, and that's basically what Jake's target opponent is. It's fighters that are limited in some departments. And that's part of the grift is, hoping that, Jake Paul will lose because he's such a fucking troll.
Well, I'm not fond of his fights, but at the same time, on the promotion side, he is making some pretty, okay cards and stuff like that and getting boxers fights to a certain degree. So I'm cool with that. But, yeah, his fights are they're a sham.
Yeah. I don't think anyone here has a problem with Jake Paul, the promoter.
Like, I enjoy the undercard. I think he really is putting on some good fights. I think instead of just like the boxing world just hating on him, they should probably focus on ingratiating themselves to him just to be on his show, to get more exposure. That's just my
Yep, they do, but they also the top dogs need to fight each other. Like Jules said in his videos, if the top guys in America was fighting each other, there wouldn't be no room for Jake Paul. You don't see this really going on in the UK. It's there, but it's not as big, because they make the fights there.
Yeah, like Jake, to me, like he really exploited the American boxing scene as being like a bunch of do nothing bitches, not putting on big fights and not captivating the fans. And so here this guy is who has a built-in audience, is very polarizing, calling out fighters that are mixed martial arts or former boxers, to really sell himself, and that can actually trickle down to other fighters, which again, I have to say this, they have to pretty much, make friends, get on this card, get exposure, get your name out there, and maybe people will follow you.
Oh, I mean, I don't like it, but at the same time, it's like to the other boxers who don't like it, it's like y'all were the ones who created this. I said this on the event itself, but y'all didn't develop the future, so now fans are obsessed with the past and just get hooked on nostalgia bait. You created this. Like, take a look at any other sport. Take a look at the NFL. Do you think anyone is clamoring for, oh, we need to get Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers in a quarterback duel again? No, they got Mahomes and Josh Allen, Burrow and Lamar Jackson. Like, they have stuff to look forward to. Fuck, they want to get rid of Aaron Rodgers right now. So, no other sport does this shit.
That's because our amateur system and bringing fighters along is trash. Like it ain't like Japan, Australia, again the UK. They fighters go through like a ranking, and then the fans get to know them and stuff, and then you go off of that. But here, like Eddie Hearn trying to build boots, he take him to Philly, let him fight out there. He should have been fighting out there, really.
Yeah.
Hey,
the PBC slept on him.
I'm gonna read the super chat real quick. Liam Roscoe says Jazzy Parr versus all 118-pound champions in 2026. Who you got?
Oh shit. Don't Jazzy Carter got like 5 or 6 fights or something?
That's what I was going to say. That Liam, she's not going to be really ready unless No Limit just decides to throw caution to the wind, which they should not, because she's only 21 years old. But 2 years out, that division could look very different, because you got to remember Gabby Fundora about to move up there. She undisputed at flyweight. I don't think she's going to stay at flyweight. I think she's going to move up sooner or later at some point next year. And you got to figure that if it's like that and Gabby go on another run, well, in 2 years, she might be undisputed. So it would be Jazzy versus Gabby. And I'm sorry, I like Jazzy, but nah, son. Son.
No.
I don't see nobody at flyweight or superfly or and a little. Well, I ain't gonna front at bantam. Dina might whoop her ass. I ain't even gonna like.
Oh yeah.
Dina might whoop her ass because she got that in and out. She got that She got that Madrimov flow. So she might whoop her ass, and she punch hard, but she ain't going to 118 right now, right? Right. So we ain't got to worry about Dina. Worry about Superfly. I don't see nobody at Superfly that's fucking with Gabby. Nobody. So I fuck with Jazzy, but do I think in 2 years you gonna be ready for Gabby? No.
Are they around the same age, or who's older?
Gabby's 22 and Jazzy's 21.
Okay.
But look at who they
still,
fight. The thing is that Gabby already got a lot more fights. Gabby already has more fights than Jazzy. But also look at who they fighting. You know, like Shannon O'Connell's gonna be the first fighter that Jazzy fought that really got for real squabbles. If you look at the rest of the girls she fought, it's pedestrian. Nothing wrong with it because she's only 6-0, but it's like, you're not ready for the Gabby smoke. You're not ready for that. You're not ready.
Nope.
So did y'all see David Benavidez titties?
No.
Oh shit.
Yep.
I ain't see that.
Yeah,
Yo, that
the face
dude,
off.
my dude, that dude is out of
Rethinking.
shape, bro. That dude is
David
out of
Benavidez
shape,
titties.
He's partying again.
bro. That
Yeah.
dude is hella out of shape. Like if you look at Morell, he still got a shape. He looked full, right? He looked full, like maybe 180, 185, but he don't got titties. David need a sports bra. Shit is
Yeah,
crazy.
I got David. Yeah, I got David. Who y'all got?
I seen
shut
that
up.
beat. I seen that.
Where'd you
beat
see
type
that?
of beat.
Hold on, get her undefeated.
Honestly, I know David. In this channel, we talk a lot of shit about David, about Benavidez.
Mhm.
But man, I'm excited for that fight, bro.
No, me
Like
too.
that-
I
yeah,
got excited. I got
Yeah.
like my dick got a little bit hard, a little bit.
You got a chubby.
Not all the way.
Yeah, I
but
got
little
half a
bit.
chub for that one. Yeah.
Shout out to half
Pretty
a
much,
chub, bro.
And
Shout
of course,
out
they
to
put it on pay-per-view, of course.
Shout out to partials, bro. But yeah, I am excited about that fight. Though
Yeah.
y'all know that I'm very pessimistic. They're like, bro, they not invested in a Cuban that can't speak English. So I'm saying,
Morell's gonna knock him out. Don't worry.
Morell
Yeah,
better do that
well,
because
I
like, Benavidez is the A side. Benavidez,
that's
he's
the only
they don't want-
the only chance he has, bro. Like, yeah, you gotta knock him out. You not winning no decision, bro. Like, he's the Ecuadorian Sasquatch, bro. He got the juice, bro. Got the juice. Y'all seen motherfucking Stephen Fulton?
No, what happened?
No.
He shaved his beard, bro. He looked weird as fuck.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he looked like he
Oh.
looked like a recovering alcoholic.
You pull up a photo?
Dude, who do you got between him and Nick Ball?
Shut your ass up. But
God.
Thank you,
they
country. I
both
tried not to.
listen. They both looked fat and flabby. They both did. Morell, fucking Stephen Fulton and Brandon Figueroa. They both looked soft in the body. They both did. So.
I think Brandon finna knock him out.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. I think Brandon gonna knock him out.
I also heard it was tamale season for Pitbull Cruz.
Bro. I'm glad Rayo did that to him. I'm glad.
Thank you. Oh, thank God.
He made
But
us
if
wrestle.
but check it out. If Rayo did that to fight Javante, then I'm like, see, you a bozo.
Nah,
You a bonehead.
Yeah, but that's a challenge for Cruz because he's about the size of a tamale, man.
That is true. He is. He's the Indian in the cupboard.
He's a
Real
little
G
fucker,
said
yeah.
Benavidez got that Fury body for real. Like he just looked
Yeah.
all type of out of shape. But you know what I did notice? The kickoff press conference in November gives you all of December, and all of January and most of February, because when is it in February? Is it the 1st? No, it's the 1st.
Yeah, February 1st.
So at least they gave themselves enough time to promote it. I guess now what we got to look out for is Amazon really going to try to push this now? Because, you know, they ain't really promote none of them other shows like that except the Canelo ones. All them other shits, they didn't give a fuck. So we'll see if they push and promote
two out of their
this
5
shit.
shows were Canelo fights, right?
Honestly, yeah. And Canelo fights pay for themselves. So it's like, bro, y'all ain't putting no money up. Canelo generate the money.
How much does it cost now to put up a billboard to advertise those fights?
For real. The shit is that they wanted their advertising, or at least the people at the PBC thought, I should say, because Prime don't care. They don't give a shit. But they probably figured off of the social media, oh yeah, we could just promote the shit on digital shit and save money. But it's like, you're not understanding that most people on social media are fucking broke. You showing a bunch of broke motherfuckers some shit they ain't going
money on AdSense.
Yeah, like
Go ahead, James. My bad.
no, go ahead, Devontae.
I was gonna say, so, but what are you promoting it for? Are you promoting it for free TV or are you promoting it for pay-per-view? Because I don't care how much promotion you put behind it. I ain't buying it. I just seen better be all for free.
I ain't gonna lie. Some things, Devontae, I see your point. That some things don't really have a solution. That when you look at let's use one of Canelo fights. When you look at Canelo Berlanga, bro, only so many people gonna buy that in a general sense. Like, yeah, Canelo's fans are gonna come out, they're gonna support him. They always do. But there's only so much promotion can do for a foregone conclusion fight because everybody knew what was gonna happen. So yeah, promotion can only get you so far. But for a fight like Benavidez Morell, where it is a little bit more in the air, like, yeah, like maybe Morell knocks him out, maybe, right? That's the one you really want to push and go to the streets, get the people on the ground level, because those are the people that are going to spend money. The people on Twitter, bro, you talking to the same people. You're not like, it's the same people all the time. Boxing Twitter is not actually that many people, bro. So you forget about the digital and take it to the streets, man. Go to the titty bars. Go to the sports bars. Have shit at Applebee's. You know what I mean? Like, you got to take it to this. Yeah, you got to take it to the streets, yo.
Radio spots.
Yeah, like have David Benavidez go to La Mega Cepega and speak some fucked up Spanish, bro, to get in tune with the culture. Get that Oye, get the Oyes interested. Have David Morell do that too. You know what I mean? He speaks some good Spanish. He sounds like he's got like a jawbreaker when he speaks Spanish. I don't know why Cubans talk like that. Like, oh, we don't talk like that. Dominicans don't talk like that. I just want to let y'all know that. Cubans have a very distinct way of speaking Spanish, and it's like they're talking with a. It could be the communism.
Spanish.
It could be the communism. That's a good point. Shout out to motherfucking La Loese. Only complaint about that David versus David in February is I don't think it's $80 pay-per-view worthy. Maybe $30 to be fair. No, I agree with all of that because Fury versus Usyk is $40, I think it is. Turkey lied to us, y'all, by the way. He said that they was going to be $20 all the time. Well, that one is $40, but that's still less than $80, bro. That's two times less than $80.
Look, if the PBC is selling that pay-per-view over Klarna, maybe, I'll think about
it. Yo, I got Klarna. I ain't even go front. I got Klarna and Afterpay. Fuck y'all. And I bought this shirt on with Klarna. Motherfucking 4 easy payments of $4.
You put some Timbs on. You put some Timbs on. Klarna.
Yo, you know I did like no cap. I did. I ain't even go for it because I didn't feel like giving them $200 right away. I actually did. Like, yeah, I be using my Klarna. Shout out to Klarna, yo.
Gotta spread out those payments, man. That shit,
man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Klarna got my credit looking good, dog. I make them payments, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What the fuck is Klarna, dude?
Klarna is like Klarna is like basically the modern day layaway. What company? It's like what company? Like, so let's say you want to get a pair of Tim's, country, right? When you go to the checkout, it'll have an option for Klarna. Do you want to pay it in increments? And you could do that. Like, yeah, like if you got a Klarna account and your shit is good, like shit, I stay using my Klarna. No shame in my game, dog. Shout out to motherfucking Klarna. Oscar Jimenez says Morell looks a little bigger than David, low key, in terms of musculature. Because David looked fat, bro. He looked fat and soft in the body. The thing is, though, in fairness, the thing is, don't let that fool you. Zerto looked fat and soft in the body. Chris was the one with the muscles, and he's the one who, and you see what Zerto'd him, bro. He Zerto'd his Ramirez, bro.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but David don't have those skills.
That's you know what? I'm glad you said that, Gooch, because I feel if I said that on social media, an argument would start. But it's the truth. Zerto really did turn, and he turned it around in a way that that shit just don't happen, dog. Imagine David Lemieux all of a sudden gliding around the ring, jabbing and slipping and doing all the shit,
bro. But I gotta say this, but yo, Zerto is everything that David Benavidez fans been talking about.
Honestly, yes.
Oh, wait a minute! I changed my mind. Arm punches are the deal. Arm punches win fights.
The shit is that the shit is that a lot of the people that big up David Benavidez's supposed skills, let's be honest, it's not that we're experts, but we at least know the difference between punches that are driven, that you turn your hips into, that you twist with them and drive them, and what David does. Oh, those are arm punches, bro. Like that's the double lariat from Zangief. That's what you doing.
It's like a windmill. It's like the windmill punch.
Hey, Jules, Lucius says the problem is that David has to cut a lot of weight to make 175. He's a cruiserweight right now.
Bro, the shit. And if he went to cruiserweight, they would whoop his ass. I don't give. Yeah, they would whoop his ass. They would whoop because bro, you're not gonna make the 180 that Zerto made. Honestly, I'm shocked that he was able to do that, because it's like you don't usually see pressure fighters change that much. Remember when they had Jarrett Hurd using his jab and shit in the Jason Wellborn fight? He looked weird, bro. Like, what are you doing?
It sounds like David's got them beer titties right now or something, man.
Got them motherfucking chimichangas. Domo says, shout out to Klarna. If you are poor, pay in four. You use that. If
Max.
you are poor, pay in four.
That's facts.
We love that shit. Yo, for real, B. Like, I fucks with my Klarna shit. I seen a pair of Timbs I'm gonna get myself. You know what I'm saying? My birthday coming up, y'all. So I got to get these Timbos on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Birthday, man, early.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's next month. So, you know, y'all send me them super chats. You know, I sponsor a Timberland for a young Dominican today.
The poor
young my ass.
Dominican Republic.
I look young. I look
young in heart.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
But no, yeah, David. Right now, don't bitch up, y'all. Don't fucking bitch up. Who's winning that fight, in your opinion? David Morell or David Benavidez?
Morell.
One for Morell, two for Morell.
I've got Benavidez Day.
Kyle has Benavidez.
I'm going Morell early or Benavidez late.
Come on, country. That's two picks, bro.
No.
That's two picks.
All right,
I got
two picks.
What you're saying, country, is I have David Benavidez unless David Morell wins.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Yes, it is, bro.
It's not my fault. Morell has a little bit of a suspect gas.
You're hedging your bets,
man. I think he can knock him out in the early rounds, so I'll go with Morell.
Okay, that's three for Morell. Virtuoso.
I got Benavidez surviving it by a decision.
Two for Benavidez. Who else has Benavidez?
I got Benavidez via robbery.
Okay, three for Benavidez.
I got
Jason?
Morell.
Okay, Gooch has Morell. That's four for Morell. Anybody else? There's 10 people up here, but I only got 8 fingers up.
I'm going to go with Morell, man.
5 for Morell. Damn, that's a lot for Morell. That's a lot.
I didn't go yet.
If it was 11, you have to use your cock for the 11th one.
I would have to use my cock for that one. It's hard out here.
I didn't go yet. Let me see. I got David.
You got the fucking asshole. You know that I really asshole.
Got you.
David,
shout out to Lo que de lo mío. Gilberto Ramirez turned into Loma. Yo, he is Loma Zerto. He actually is Loma. And the thing is, listen, it's a great marriage because you saw with Chris Billum Smith You saw everything. You saw the old Zerto that fights in the pocket, but you also saw the new Zerto that he's on his toes. He's moving around. He's using his jab. He's being responsible. He's not getting hit with stupid shit. Honestly, Zerto is impressive, bro. He's impressive. Shout out to him.
Them pivots was beautiful. He was spinning off the ropes, countering with shots he didn't see.
That's the other thing. He was just stepping around him, and then when he'll step around, Chris will try to come over with a hook and get under the hook. Man, it was beautiful, bro. Honestly, it was beautiful. Shout out to the motherfucking Gooch. I got 20 on the new Timberlands you ain't had to do that, Gooch, but you did it, and I am gonna use it for some Timbs. So sponsor a young Dominican today for some Timberlands, because
you missed a super chat, Jules.
Let me go back,
Alex,
because I seen these new blue Timbs they got. They like cadet blue. I gotta get them. Shout out to my man Alex. Benny beats Maury. Alex with a very grounded prediction that it's okay to be pessimistic, because the caveat of this fight is David Morrell hasn't been in very many 12 rounders. That matters.
I think just one, right? Or
to my knowledge, it was only the Radavalle fight where he went 12. And you could get off to a good start, but what you got to pay attention to is David Benavidez is back with Memo. So he going to have the Memo shakes to keep him strong and long into the later rounds.
It was two. Like in Morell's third fight, he fought a guy named Lennox Allen, and he went 12 with him.
But did it go 12 or did it go 10?
It went 12. It went 12 in the third fight.
Shout out to motherfucking Domo. They already got a bad scorecard hiding in David's titties. That's true. You can pull it out.
Yeah, that's true.
Pull it out.
Take that over to the ref, just like.
So
I mean, like it's okay to be pessimistic, because, and I said it in the other live, as much as I would like for David Morell to get a fair shake, right? I ain't even rooting against nobody. I would want him to get a fair shake. At the end of the day, when you ever seen a Cuban fighter go on to become a big draw or a marquee attraction? It doesn't happen, bro. It don't happen. And
here's why I have hope. In his 175 debut, David stayed in character against a top flight light heavyweight.
That's
like,
true.
yeah, he gassed out a little, but he was up against a mover, and there was no doubt in anyone's mind he won. Whereas Benavidez.
No, wait a minute, Jason. Wait a minute. Look, I don't know if it's propaganda or not, but I know Nestor Gibbs. He think that Morell lost. That's what he's saying,
bro.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm just saying that he adamant. Like, I done seen more than one live where he said, I don't think he lost. I'm with you, Jason. Like, I don't think he lost. But maybe the most important component is what Jason said. Radavalle is a mover. David Benavidez is not a mover. Fuck, you gonna move besides forward? That's the way you gonna move.
Side to side.
His titties gonna be moving up and down, but he's gonna move forward while his titties are moving up and down. So it's a great fight. It's a great fight.
And what do y'all think was the biggest surprise of the week? Mine was Tevin dropping Zepeda. I didn't see that happen.
Honestly,
at all. Like that, I didn't see that coming at all.
Speaking of that fight, did that fight change your minds about what you think will happen in Zepeda Stevenson?
Yes.
No.
Would
you? Before we talk about that, do you think he's a suspect?
Listen, before Tevin said what he said, I didn't think nothing of it, because there's people in Mexico that generally have better lung capacity than people here because they're from Mexico City, and that's high altitude. That's high altitude. So Chilangos have more lung capacity, just in general. If you're somewhere that's high altitude like Big Bear or Mexico City, you're going to be able to do that. That's the benefit of being in high altitude. I didn't think nothing of William until Tevin said what he said. Him saying that, I'm like, I can't really ignore that if it was in the contract. He said it was in the contract, y'all. He said they were supposed to get tested. It was in the contract. Yes. It's a little hard to ignore that. And then the excuse was, we're short-staffed. Y'all tested Chris and Zerto. How are you short? So you can't have them same people collect piss from two other fighters?
They were on a budget. They were on a budget, man. They only had so many cups.
Fucking turkey's broke, man.
Well, William was still on that shit. He still couldn't stop Tevin, man. Like still.
Like, but here's the other thing, though. Here's the other thing. Tevin, and I'm not making excuses or nothing. Tevin is great in the pocket. I said that already. Like Tevin, Shakur and Tevin. No, Tevin is used to working in the pocket. He don't dip out. He rolling counter, slipping counter. He fight in the pocket. Shakur don't do that. Not really. Like, nah, he don't really be on the inside like that.
Zepeda left the side of his jaw open. That's why he got hit. And Farmer took the opportunity because it was the opening was there. So
do you think Stevenson can get him?
He might, but the problem is that does he hit as hard as Tevin Farmer? Because we already seen he has no power, right?
Well, I think Tevin got like what 8, 9 knockout, 10 knockouts or whatever out of like almost 40 fights.
But this the other shit that I think that's a legitimate question. Does Shakur Stevenson actually hit harder than Tevin Farmer?
Yeah, I'm wondering that for myself.
If he doesn't, he can get him, but it ain't gonna guarantee the same result.
You're gonna break his hand.
I don't know. The thing is, I don't know, and I'm not fucking around. I'm dead. Like, I don't actually know that he does. To be real with y'all, like, does he crack harder than Tevin Farmer? I've never known Tevin to have hand problems. We know Shakur has hand problems. Like, you've been complaining about your hands for the last 2 fights.
And ever since he moved up, Tevin's been a knockout machine, whereas Shakur's been a bore machine.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Gooch.
So, Zepeda's from San Mateo Atenango. You know what the elevation is?
Nah.
What?
8,530 feet. That's higher than Big Bear.
Wow.
Jeez.
That fucking air is thin. So, you know what? He's got that battery because he's so fucking high up. That's higher than Big Bear.
Yeah,
that motherfucker has no stamina problems.
How many fighters back in the day trained up in Big Bear to get that fucking
Gennady, Gassiev, even Benavidez spent some time at Big Bear.
And he's more than 1,000 feet higher.
Look, it could be. That's why I said that I'm not gonna just jump off a cliff because Tevin said it, but it is bad though. What he's suggesting that, look, if that's true and you were under the impression, based on the contract that you signed that there was going to be testing and then there is none, yeah, that's bad if that's true. I'm just, playing devil's advocate that if we're going to entertain what Tevin said and all of that is true, not saying that it is, but devil's advocate, yeah, that's bad, bro. That's not a good look.
That's probably a golden
Eddie is going to want
failure.
Eddie's going to want to have like stringent drug testing, and Shakur also. So he's part of WBC, so he has that clean boxing program shit. So they're going to be looking at that very closely.
I got 2 questions. I got 2 questions for you motherfuckers. But first, let me read the super chat. The wife was at the David face-off. She told me once the cameras were off, Benavidez stopped talking and kept backing away. Morell kept walking forward. Yo, Morell is from Cuba, bro. Like, that dude, it's rough out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's hard out there. Shout out to Whip. Yeah, it's communism, bro. Like, all Stalin, all type of shit. Motherfucking Will said, with all due respect to Ness, but he also said Caleb Plant was up on the cards against Canelo, and it wouldn't shock me that another Golden Boy fighter is dirty. The question I have for you guys is, with that being said, because it is true, I brought that point up myself on Sunday in an episode of the Relay. Shakur Stevenson is going to have testing. That's a title fight. That's for the full WBC title. With that in mind, do you think Oscar's going to make this fight?
I believe so, yeah.
You think he'll make it?
Yeah.
I don't think he is.
At this point, I think he's back in the corner where he has to, or people are going to start asking major questions, like not just speculating on the internet like we're doing right now.
I think that I think he knows that Camarón can beat him, but I think he's gun shy. Just like what you said, Jules. He doesn't want to fucking lose because all the shit he's fucking talked. He wants to, if he can get Camarón into another fucking easy win without too much controversy, he's going to do it. But fuck it. You got to roll the fucking dice.
There's no easy belts, though, is the thing for Camarón. That I don't look at that Berenchik fight, for example, especially not now, because that's what altered my perception. I already thought that Dennis Berenchik for William Zepeda is a dangerous fight. This guy's not going to run from you. He's going to step around you and punch, but he's not going to run from you. I already thought that was a dangerous fight. Now, when I see Tevin Farmer put you down, I don't think Tevin Farmer punches harder than Dennis Berenchik. Nah,
No.
I don't think that.
No, I don't think so either.
No, he caught it. Look, he caught him with a great fucking punch. So like, it was a great fucking punch. It doesn't happen very often. So I don't put a lot of credence to it because that punch will not will drop most people. But
More like this. That there are no world titles of opportunity at 135 right now. It's either you're going to try to take Javante's if you can even get that bitch in the ring, which we all know you won't. He's a bitch. Dennis's title, the WBO, Shakur's title, the WBC, and who's got the IBF? Lomachenko, right?
Loma's
holding up the division. Loma's holding up the division.
Well, if Camarón had six losses, he'd probably get that fight.
Yeah, basically, right? Shit. Shout out to motherfucking Will. At 130, Shakur was stronger, but at 135, Tevin is. I don't think that's far-fetched. Tevin knocked in his last 4 fights, Tevin knocked 2 motherfuckers out. Last 4 fights. Shout out to Oscar. Can William crack, or is Tevin just a tough one? I always said that I think Isaac Cruz has more single power than William. He's got more single power, mostly because his form is so bad, because he puts everything in that punch. Whereas William's accumulative. He has to really beat you the fuck up to get you out of there. So it's not that I don't think William can't punch. I think that he can, but just not one-hitter quitter power. He's not that guy. He's
almost heavy-handed. Almost heavy-handed.
But you know that he has power because he stopped Giovanni Cabrera. So does he have power? Yes, because he stopped Giovanni. Isaac didn't stop Giovanni.
It's just 3 rounds. Like,
yeah, he has power.
That's why I say almost heavy-handed.
Yeah, you know that. But he's and you can see from his output, he's an accumulation puncher. If he's going to take you out, it's by breaking you down. It's not going to be a single punch. More than likely, it'll be by breaking you down. Now, thinking about the fight, because I don't think people think of that fight in the proper context, that I still think that's a dangerous fight for Shakur, who agrees.
I agree on this premise. I actually got William winning for the simple fact, if I was Shakur, we just watched Bivol Better Be, and we seen Bivol, what he did. I think he had an excellent game plan. Shakur's not going to fight like he's going to be more running from Zepeda than anything. And in Riyadh season, you're not going to get the judges' favor. They're going to favor Zepeda's activity and him moving forward.
That's a valid. I raised that point myself that it's not a top rank show. Technically, you not there ain't no house fighter. You're not the house fighter. So,
and my thing is that I've got Zepeda because mostly because of what Shakur can't do. You're not active enough. You're not long enough. Pause, and you don't hit hard enough. So what are you gonna do to keep Zepeda off you?
Not only that, but if he's gonna be close to him and fighting him, can he deal with the pressure from Zepeda?
Well, that's the other thing, that if Zepeda can actually get inside, if he can get inside, oh yeah, I think Shakur's fucked. My question is, will Zepeda get inside? That's my question. Because you got to get to him. You got to get to him. If you can get to him,
that's where I'm more skeptical of.
I think to deal with William, you got to have inside game. You do, and Shakur doesn't have that. I mean, because was that the first time that William was dropped?
No, I don't. I don't think it was. I don't think it was. I think he got dropped before.
Okay.
One
but
question.
To keep the fight, just let me say this real quick. But for Zepeda to keep this a close range fight, he's gonna have to use his feet to stay in front of him, man. And that's where I'm more skeptical about him performing, at his best. Look at Shakur's cornerman is gonna be a fucking pit crew. We all know that. It's gonna be a fucking racetrack. So I'm banking on Shakur winning it by decision. Again, it's gonna go to the scorecard. He's gonna make it boring.
Now I'll say this: William, go back and watch the Farmer fight, and don't look at the punches. Go to like the mid rounds and look at William's feet. William does know how to cut off the ring. You can see him do it. That he doesn't follow Tevin in a straight line. As Tevin was circling away, you see William go over there. Like, all right, I'm gonna go over there. You moving over there? I'm moving over there. So there is a chance that he'll keep the pressure on Shakur. Like, yeah, there is a chance he'll stay with him because he does know how to cut off the ring. At
Not
least
only
with
that,
Tevin he did.
that punch that dropped him, he didn't see it. So that I think if he would have saw it, he wouldn't have got dropped.
Well, yeah. If my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle, bro. Like, fuck.
I love you, country.
Rodolfo said, Tevin
obvious.
threw. Oh, that is such a great point. Rodolfo said, Tevin threw over 450 punches against Zepeda. I don't see Shakur throwing over 200 punches. Tevin has a better style against Zepeda than Shakur. I agree with that because Tevin's not an outside fighter. He can be if he wants to be, but his sweet spot is mid-range to inside. Shakur is mostly outside, mostly.
So hold on. Based on your diagram, all right. Based on your diagram, okay. Zepeda's a pressure fighter, and Tevin, was he more like a boxer puncher?
Tevin is a cross between a pure boxer and a boxer puncher. He's not. He's in that area in the middle because he can do both, and I've seen him do both. That if he's got a box, if he's got to get on his toes and just box, he can do that. But a lot of the time you see him though, he does look like a boxer puncher. He just doesn't have that much power. That's his Achilles heel. That remember at 130, fun to watch, but he really didn't crack that hard. Like the John O'Carroll fight, them motherfuckers beat the shit out of each other. But he
so I guess that last fight he had was an anomaly then.
Yes, it's that rare instance where you're missing something. You're missing something. If he had power, for example, if he had the kind of power that Teofimo had when he was at 135, and he hits William with that same shot, I don't think William gets up. Like, as much as I don't like Teofimo, I would get him for William. Or Gervonta for William, as much as I don't like Gervonta. These are the guys that I would get to beat William. But they have power. Tevin doesn't. That's the problem. Like, you don't hit hard. You're missing something. So even though you had the right ingredients to give him a problem, and for a second you did, it just wasn't enough.
I agree. I agree with that last super chat a lot because Shakur's gonna need something to keep him away, like get his attention. And them brittle hands ain't gonna do shit for Zepeda.
No, eso, and he needs room is what makes me nervous. That Shakur's best punches are his straight punches. His hook, there's nothing on his little hoe hooks. They ain't shit on them hooks, dog. There's no relish, there's no sauerkraut, no ketchup, no mustard. His best punches are his straight punches. You need room for those, though. You need room. Two, you're not gonna sit. When he's coming forward and he's closing, bro, you're not going to sit to throw those punches, bro. You're not. You're going to move. You're going to move.
Yeah, that's why me and Julio have a disagreement because he swears by Shakur having a good inside game, and I'm just skeptical of that.
Who?
Julio. Julio thinks he has a great inside game.
I don't know what the fuck he talking.
But
that's
why
real quick.
That's why I think that fight is an ugly fight. Is that Shakur's going to be on his fucking bike. All right. And they're both going to look fucking bad. And that they're going to think that, well, it'll be controversial because, Shakur moved and William chased him.
Shakur's going to wrap up.
He's going to tie him up. Yeah. He's going to tie him up.
That's why I think at the end of the day, Camarón wins, but it's going to be a fucking ugly fight.
What do you think, Ignacio? Camarón, Shakur, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm going with Zepeda because, like you were saying, that Shakur is not going to sit in the pocket and trade with him the way Farmer did. He's not going to take that risk. So he's going to try to sugarfoot his way to a decision. But the thing is, Jules, Farmer was holding and mauling as that fight wore on because he just couldn't take the pressure.
No, yeah, like
Even if
no, wait a minute, you talking about late in the fight? Like, yeah, like after a while, he wasn't fighting; he was just holding.
yeah,
After a while,
so
like, just,
so what I'm saying is Shakur is going to resort to that, but then you saw what Zepeda was able to do against a stronger guy in Farmer, who's a short, stocky fucking dude who's built like a fire hydrant. Shakur is just a tall, lean guy. If he tries to hold and maul, he's gonna be able to get his hands free, and he's gonna keep punching no matter what. So how is Shakur gonna be able to fend him off for that entire fight without having to resort to holding and mauling? Like, a lot of people aren't thinking about that.
Vamos a decir esto. In boxing, there is always room for surprises. Like, I'm not comfortable just saying, oh, yeah, Shakur's just going to get his ass beat, because I use Zerto as an example. If you would have told me 2 years ago that he was going to get on his toes and box, I would have laughed at you. I would have laughed. Like, I would have bruh, Zerto, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, right? So there's always, you have to kind of leave that wiggle room for surprises that, I don't know, bro, but looking at what they've done, which is what my thesis is based on, I just don't see how Shakur is gonna beat him. I don't see, like, when he's closing in, Shakur is gonna move. You're just gonna move, bro. Just gonna move around all night. And to everybody's point that they raised, myself included, I don't think they're gonna reward that bullshit at Riyadh. They're not. Like,
And also,
another thing,
just really quick, Jules. I was just gonna say really quick. Sorry. They're not going to give him a track meet ring. They're not going to give him a 24 by 24 ring. It's probably going to be like 20 by 20.
They might get the 24 by 24 because isn't he a Riyadh season ambassador? Shakur.
I don't think so.
Is he? I thought he just signed the deal to fight Cordina. I never heard Turkey say he was going to make him a centerpiece.
Okay, espera. But he is the champion. He is the champion. It's his belt.
But y'all remember,
it's either they're not going to reward him for that shit, or the WBC is going to play a part in fudging up the scorecards.
Was there any fight? Wait a minute. Was there any fight in any of the Riyadh season shows where there was a Sugarfoot fighter?
No.
I'm trying to remember. Was there any fight where there was a Sugarfoot fighter and he got rewarded for it?
No,
I can't remember.
No, not a blatant Sugarfoot. Like, maybe a combination of sugarfooting and sitting down on your punches, but not 100% sugarfooting.
No, because Frankie was a Sugarfoot. Frankie was a Sugarfoot, but he got knocked out. So I don't even remember what the fucking scorecard was, because who cares? He got knocked out. I'm trying to remember, did they ever reward a Sugarfoot fighter at Riyadh for getting on the Sugarfoot? Because I don't remember.
I don't know.
But honestly, Jules, out of all the fights they've ever had,
Nicholson.
I was gonna say,
but she won. Yeah, but she won. Like, she was on the Sugarfoot.
That was decisive, though.
She won, but that's one. That's one decision that went the Sugarfoot's way.
Yeah, in other words, I was just trying to think of a fight where you have a Sugarfoot fighter and an advancing opponent, and it's tight. Now, Sky and Raven, that wasn't tight. Like, even I got to admit, Sky won that shit. She won that shit. Like, no argument for me.
What about Ben Whitaker, even though he quit?
But that fight was turning, though. When he did that fucking WWE bullshit, the momentum was starting to turn.
That is true. He was starting to get hit. He was starting to unravel. That is true. Shout out to Drew. So happy Rican Serrano lost. Bro, what is your hate of Puerto Ricans, bro? You know what? You don't get to join the panel. Joshua said, give me Farmer versus Davis. I would like Farmer versus Davis. I ain't going front. But because Tevin can't crack, Javante probably going to win. Because you need power. You need power, bro. If you're going to sit in the pocket with him, remember, this is not Shakur. This is not Devin. They're not way on the outside with the straight punches. Tevin likes to sit on the inside. At that range, you need power. At that range, you need power. Close to him. You're within range of his punches. Either you need to be able to put a dent in him, or he's going to put a dent in you. He said, can we do the Trump thing. I don't know how to do it. Is it like that?
Yo, Joe, why
yeah,
don't you invite Tony Hitchcock to your house, bro?
Hey, Jules, it's like Batista said. It looks he's jerking off 2 fucking giraffes.
And he's playing the YMCA song, so it's like, is that at the gay anthem of the 70s?
Batista's hour is fucked up, bro.
Mas puto.
What would a man raise those things know about
But
jerking
y'all
off?
like, I mean, plus y'all know Shakur's chin hasn't really been tested yet, has it?
No.
Shakur said, listen,
got
you
it.
could go to Shakur's Twitter right now, and he said it himself. He never fought a pressure fighter, and I noticed it too. He never. I'm not saying his quality of competition is bad. I'm not doing that. But I did notice that they're like, yeah, you never fought a pressure guy. You
Why?
didn't.
Because Bob Arum was his promoter. Bob Arum knows what the fuck.
I mean, yeah, but are we definitively saying here in November Shakur is gonna lose? Are we? That's a hot dog. That's a hot take. It's a hot.
Okay, is this a 50-50 fight?
Hold on.
It's
As
a
much as I
possibility.
hate, as much as I hate to admit it, Bob Arum's a bad motherfucker, and he knows how to match his fucking fighters. So is it a fucking surprise that he hasn't fought a pressure fighter? No, that's Bob Arum. That's Bob Arum.
I agree. I do agree with that. That I saw I've seen Shakur's whole career. Every fight. Never fought a pressure guy. Never. Ever.
Bob Arum is a bad motherfucker.
I mean,
Jack
Jules,
says,
he made
hold on,
Chavez
hold on,
Jr.
hold on.
look good.
Jack said they give Nick the win over an unbeaten American. That's true. That is true. And Ray was boxing though. Ray was boxing, but in the end, they gave it to Nick. And Nick was the aggressive guy to come forward. And the other shit is Ray actually hurt Nick. Like he hurt him. Like he hurt him. He buckled him.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, Jules. He wasn't sugarfooting though. He was fighting.
He was fighting, but I'm saying that he was the guy. If anybody was boxing that night, it was Raymond Ford. He was, but they didn't give it to him. Drew said Oscar is silent about Zepeda drug test. I know he is, but Victor Conti's not going to squeeze him as much as he likes to squeeze Eddie Hearn. At the end of the day, nobody's going to do it because with Eddie, it's not about the VADA testing. It's not about the anti-doping testing. You just don't like the guy because he's a Brit. That's all it is. It's not about y'all motherfuckers don't care about drugs and pads and y'all motherfuckers don't care about that shit.
Yeah, same thing with Rick.
Yeah, like Rick, you just sucking off Oscar and his failing. Like I used to kind of like Rick, but it's like, yeah, you a hypocrite too, though. Like, how you really talking about hypocrites when you hypocritical? You made excuses for Ryan. You not saying nothing about Oscar and his doping shit. You're not saying nothing about that. You a hypocrite, fam. Like, get out of here. Shout out to M.A. Bustamante. Saludos ring. There's only one more mountaintop for Jake Paul after Tyson. Jake Paul versus the corpse of Bruce Lee. Who wins, guys?
I got the corpse. I got the corpse.
The corpse of Bruce Lee would be like the youngest opponent Jake's ever faced. So I got the corpse.
No, I mean, he's got some good options. Like, I like the Andrew Tate fight. I would buy that pay-per-view. Like, yeah, I'd buy that one. I like the Andrew Tate fight because kickboxing does translate into boxing better than just plain old mixed martial arts. Kickboxing actually, you got a blade now, because you can't be like this. They square up in kickboxing, but it's not that big a transition that, you know what? That's interesting. I could go for that, but that's why I don't think he's gonna do it. Andrew Tate is dangerous, bro. For Jake, yeah, I think that's a dangerous fight. I
mean, like, the only harm that this is doing to, like, actually is, like, you got actual legit pros and champions calling them out loud, like Daniel Dubois, Kevin Lorenas. Yeah. Like, come on, bro.
But be real. For all the people, see, I don't get mad at Jake. I don't think Jake is doing nothing different that the boxers themselves ain't doing. What? Because y'all not opportunists? Y'all are opportunists too. Fuck is you talking about? Y'all look for every opportunity.
But, like, I mean, the only issue I have with it is because, like, Jake Paul is not about to fight these dudes. They should know that. You know what I mean?
Look, that's the thing. That's the thing, that if you're gonna get into the sanctity of boxing, and the sanctity of the sport and all this bullshit, then don't try to capitalize off him, because when you do that, you're selling your soul.
Exactly.
Although I will admit, I would pay money to see Jake Paul versus Better Beef. I'd pay money for that.
Better Beef too. It's like, bro,
of course we would, but come on, ain't nobody dumb out. Like, you think he gonna fight Arthur?
Better Beef, Dubois, Kevin Lorena. It's like Jake is not. He's not about to fight none of these guys.
Dumb, fam. Like he's not a moron, bro. Like, nah, son. Daniel would hit this kid so fucking hard, dog. He might turn into Logan.
Yo,
no motherfucking way he gonna fight Daniel, dog. Daniel got that retarded strength, bro. You crazy? So none of that shit is gonna happen, and I'll do a video on that too, because I seen Boxing Scene wrote an article about it, and I'm just getting kind of tired of the virtue signaling. They're like, yo, dog, y'all egg on these fighters that don't do what they're supposed to do, and you wonder why this is happening. Regular boxing is boring because y'all keep letting these motherfuckers make it boring. So when Jake come in and he doing his thing and people get excited, no, I'm not mad at him, because he wouldn't have an avenue if y'all didn't give him one. Fuck out of here.
Exactly.
No investing in the present. No doing anything with the future. So, yep, nostalgia bait.
Exactly. Why you? I said it like 3 times. The reason people are stuck on a 58-year-old Mike Tyson is because these young motherfuckers don't want to do what they need to do. So all you could do is get nostalgic and think about the way things were, hoping that Mike could come back.
Because Gervonta Davis is going to fight Lamont Roach. That's the perfect example. That's why.
You know what? Maybe he'll fight fucking Rayo, because I think Leonard Ellerbe was hinting at some special surprise. I'll be honest, that fight ain't really much bigger. It is a better fight with a better opponent, but I don't think I'm gonna be buying that shit, to be real with you.
No, but to your point is that they're watching Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson because Gervonta Davis is gonna fight fucking Lamont Roach.
Right. Because because like, there are a lot of people to blame, but the long and the short of it is, there would not be an avenue for this spectacle, for these spectacles, if the boxers in America, I'm gonna say, not somewhere else, because it's different other places, but if they were doing what they were supposed to be doing the whole time, there would not be an avenue, and there would not be a need for this. There would not be a need.
Jules, real quick, if it was Rayo, I guarantee you, Tank is gonna try to pull the same bullshit that he did with Ryan Garcia.
He's gonna
catch weight and fucking drain him.
Oh yeah, of course.
Bro, he's gonna fucking catch weight him, drain him, and he's gonna jerk him off right before the fight just so that his legs are weak, bro. He's gonna do every fucking
Tank's gonna do the Donald Trump dance, Jules.
That's gonna be.
I'm gonna jerk you off. It's gonna be the greatest jerk off you've ever had in your life.
It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge.
There's never been a greater jack off.
Make fucking off great again.
Jack off to end all jack offs.
No, because I don't want Rayo to do that. A part of me wants Rayo to succeed on his own by breaking away, right? I would like for that to happen for him, just so that it could be an example to the other fighters. They're like, yo, you don't gotta stick to the script. You don't gotta go with the program. Yeah, I'm gonna go kiss the rings with Tank. Man, fuck Tank. I don't gotta do shit. I really want to see, not for nothing, what I want is Rayo versus Andy Hirioka. That's what I want. The problem is, Andy might whoop his ass. That's the problem.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he will.
Andy will
And also, would Rayo get paid enough to accept that ass whooping?
La vaina es que that's just fucking mandatory, bro.
You saw what he did to Sugar Barroso, man.
What I'm saying, bro, like that's just mandatory. You got to deal
I know,
with
man.
it.
That fucker fucked up El Elotero. I'm pretty mad about that.
Man, I'm kind of mad about that
the shit out of him, bro. Like Andy not playing out here with nobody, bro.
Damn, you're toe tagged, mummy.
You gotta have to deal with him sooner or later. And God, man, this Yanni Beck and Carlos Adames shit. So the question I have for you guys is, Is Hamza Shiraz ducking Yannick by fighting Carlos?
Yeah.
Yes.
You consider that a you consider one at a time. One at a time. Gooch, you consider that a duck?
Yeah, after all that shit that they fucking offered him a fucking fight, and then all of a sudden they pull it back. Yeah, that's bullshit.
Who else considers it? Who else thinks it's a duck, and who thinks it's not a duck?
It's a duck, and I hate saying that because I'm the number one Yannick hater here, but like you are avoiding a fight with a 2-belt champion for what? Like,
yeah.
Jason? Do you think Carlos is an easier fight than Yannick?
Hand over heart, no, but it's because of that. It's like, okay, this isn't a harder fight, and you're getting more belts out of it. So, why are you not taking this fight, especially after the shit you talked?
It's suspect.
Let me go to Jay. Jay, is it a duck for Hamza to choose Carlos over Yannick?
Yeah, I mean, well, so the Yannick fight was ordered, yeah, by the WBO.
It was ordered, yep.
It is for both belts. Does Yannick still have the IBF too?
Yeah, he still has 2 belts.
And so this Carlos deflection, is that ordered by the WBC or is that a voluntary?
No, that's just a voluntary. That's what that would be.
Oh yeah, then that's a duck. That's a duck.
It's a duck.
That's a duck. Yeah.
Country, you agree with that shit? That's a duck?
He's quacking, man. Come on.
Virtuoso, it's a duck? He's stuck in a staircase in the Bronx.
I agree, though.
I agree. He can't hear us.
Yeah, I agree.
Alex,
I didn't hear that.
Oh no! All right. Question. This is the question, Virtuoso. Is Hamza Shiraz choosing to fight Carlos instead of Yannick? Is that a duck?
Yeah, I believe that is because Yannick got 2 belts.
Okay. Alex,
He's
same
almost
question. Same question. That's true.
I agree.
Can I say something?
Yannick is a bitch.
Bad Gooch.
Maybe he's trying to take steps. Maybe he thinks I'll take this step and then the next, but I think it's still a duck.
Is that saying that Yannick is that much of a better fighter than Carlos? That because that's what that would mean. That
He's
Carlos is easier than Yannick. Is he? Is he easier?
I think so. I think it's take that step and then the next one.
Ignacio, is it a duck?
Yeah, because like you said, if they really made the offer and the fight was there to be made and he said no and decided to go with Adamas instead, yeah, it is a duck. But at the same time, though, I do think that they're looking at Adamas as an easier belt to pick off because Adamas isn't exactly all that active and he's known to blow up in weight in between fights. So they're kind of counting on him not to be in peak 100% condition when they take him on.
I agree with that.
Let me go to Efrain. Efrain, is Hamza Shiraz choosing Carlos over Yannick a duck?
You know what? Because he's a prospect. Well, he's a contender. And
he's a contender. He's not prospect anymore. You got big boy wheels.
Yeah. You know, I think what's his trainer's name? Ricky
Funes. Ricky Funes.
Yeah, I think they see something and they straight up they see it as the more winnable fight. But if he stays active and he fights Johnny Beck in his next fight, I don't think it's a duck. I know that's not a straightforward answer, but you know the kid's going for the title regardless.
Efrain, do you view Carlos as an easier fight than Yannick?
Yeah, because they know about Carlos Adames because he's been around those gyms. He's been around those gyms, and you know all those sparring stories and all that stuff. But Johnny Beck, so not to go off topic, I had a bad feeling towards Johnny Beck because I thought he ducked the unification with Carlos Adames, and then there was the rumor about him not taking the fight with Hamza. So all this time, like, I was putting a little bit of blame on Johnny Beck, so now I got to take that back.
Yeah, I mean, no, yeah, I mean, like, because they tried to make him look bad a couple of months ago. They said he ducked Hamza, and I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it because
I didn't believe it. Yeah, because
it's because of the timing. Between the time that he
boxing's
collapses,
crazy, man. Boxing's crazy.
between
Like, something that you
the
didn't
time
think
that he collapses, wait a minute, let me tell people the timeline. He collapsed. Remember, he fainted when he was first supposed to fight Andre, right? But Andre was his mandatory. That means that it's not like he was free after that. He still had to fight him. So in between the time that he faints and the time it gets rescheduled, that's when all this bullshit about, oh yeah, there was an offer. Well, he couldn't take it anyway. He wouldn't have, not unless he wants to give up one of his belts, because that's his mandatory. So if there was an offer, that's why I think he didn't take it. Like, well, I can't take it right now. I
one
gotta
last
fight
thing.
him.
So we don't know if there's like a small beef brewing between Top Rank and Queensberry, because Queensberry's entering the American market now. So like, I don't know if that plays a role into everything that's happening.
I thought about that. I did think that Frank means to endeavor into America. I don't think he should. Personally, I don't think he should. I don't think it's wise or it's necessary to make those waves. I don't think it's a good idea, because you already have Eddie doing that in a manner of speaking, that you don't need Queensberry America. I don't even see what the point would be. Unless, wait a minute. Here's the unless, and I don't know how likely this is. If next year PBC completely falls apart and a lot of those fighters need a home, then you do it. Like, oh, come here. I'm Frank Warren, and this is Queensberry. Sign with me. You know what I mean?
Hey,
then you do it.
Him and Eddie.
5 fucking shows this year. Yes, they need it.
But also too, look at the amount of hate Eddie gets from all the American promoters. If that gives you an example of why he shouldn't. You know?
But that would really tilt the scales. You know, in other words, the acquisition of talent is the only way you could justify endeavoring into America. That if you can acquire enough talent to do your own shows, good size shows, right? If you can acquire the talent, then yeah, you do it, but it's going to be a bumpy road. It is, you know. Let me go to John. John, is it a duck for Hamza, before I go take another piss, is it a duck for Hamza to choose to fight Carlos over Yannick? Is that a duck?
I would say, yeah, it is a duck, but I mean, it's not a duck that you can really be mad at, because he is unifying, and he is like sort of kind of new. He hasn't really been around too long, so he's fighting a champion like right away. Like it's still a champion. So I wouldn't say I wouldn't be too mad at it. He'll get to Yannick also. I think he will.
No, it's a duck after all that shit he talked.
Yeah, the shit talking is what makes it a duck for me. Like,
exactly.
If there was no fight talk, if there was no shit talk, and there was no fight offered, like there was no like ordering of the fight, no negotiating, then yeah, okay, it's like it's whatever. But
yeah.
Nah, dude. You were the chosen one. You were supposed to save us from the boredom of Yannick Beck, not betray us like this.
The boredom of Yannick Beck.
That's a good one.
Well, guys, it's not a foregone conclusion that Hamza Shiraz beats Carlos Adames. So you gotta wait till it happens. Yeah, with everything that was spoken, yeah, I guess you could say like, yeah, you swerved that one, but it's still not like a foregone conclusion, man. It's gonna be competitive. It's gonna be competitive.
No, but if you talk that shit, you gotta. If you talk the talk, you gotta walk the walk. I'm sorry. You say you fucking send him an offer, send him a fucking offer and handle it. If you didn't send him an offer, keep your fucking mouth shut.
You skip the step. Damn.
Damn, that's some aggression right there. What's good?
Well, that's what it is, you know.
No, like Hamas was talking shit about Yannick Beck, and then he ducked Yannick Beck. Like, and it's just Yannick Beck. Like, what are you ducking Yannick Beck for?
He's not the fucking he's not the better be of a fucking middleweight. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's the the fucking little Triple G wannabe. Please mistaken me for Triple G. Pretty pleased with the cherry on top. I promise my friend.
And he's the pretend fucking Triple G, and you still fucking ducked him. So shut the fuck up.
This does help Yannick Beck's Triple G cosplay, though. Fighters are ducking him. Like, ugh. Now, you guys don't understand how much this irks me that I have to say complimentary things about him now. Oh my god!
like why do you have to? Why do you have to though?
Because somebody ducked him. Like I can't take the side of a ducker. Like I just can't.
Because all of a sudden, it makes him out to be some fucking beast that he's not. That's the problem. It's like, holy shit! All of a sudden, fucking Yannick Beck's the fucking beast when he's not.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? And man, I think for me, man, it, like sidecars, that whole narrative on fighters. When the fighters have a narrative, but it's like, look at their record, look at their rap sheet. Who have they really proven themselves to, like, to make this narrative real? But yet you still got people ducking them or doing shady deals, you know, basically pricing themselves out of fights and contracts. Like, it's like, come on, man. Like, guys, just fight the motherfucker, please.
Okay, you know what? Hand over heart. I think my biggest problem with Yannick Beck, other than the fact that he's boring, is like he is the physical embodiment of what I can't stand in boxing. Reputation based on the fights you don't have. Whether it's because no one will fight you or you won't fight anyone.
And that's what I mean by narrative. There's a narrative that's made up. It's just like bullshit, man.
It's like you were afraid of a dude who fainted, who couldn't cut weight and fainted. You were afraid of that. Fuck you.
I mean, I look at boxing like I look at every other sport, man. Like football, for example. Any given Saturday in college or any given Sunday in motherfucking NFL, like. That's why we have the game. That's why we have the fight. Like, make it happen. Like, let's cut the bullshit.
All right. Do we have anything else we want to talk about? Because I've used up my quota for even being angry about Yannick.
Zerto and Gaio Pataya. Even though everybody thinks that fight is a foregone conclusion, I want to see that fight play out just because. I'm interested in seeing what Zerto can do against Jai on the inside.
I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. I think there's still a potential for it to happen. I think it's heavy. Actually.
Oh, y'all talking about that shit? Y'all talking about Jai and Zerto?
Yeah.
We get it, bro.
Zerto has a chance.
I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do this on the live, but I agree with y'all. I completely agree. Where I didn't think Zerto would be able to stand up to Jai, I think he can.
Yeah, because I'm not saying CBS hits harder than Jai. That's stupid. But what he showed
it's not because of that. It's not because of that. It's because of the guest think.
I was about to say.
Go ahead, Jason.
I was saying that he showed that he can take punches from a heavy-handed guy up at that weight class. And as we keep saying, the inside game just changes everything.
That's what I want to see. That's what intrigues me is the inside game with Zerto.
I don't think Jai's all that on the inside. I don't. That's why I said it on Saturday. What was it, Saturday? Yeah. That's where Mavis Breedis was fucking him up. The inside. So I don't know, fellas.
Yeah, and you know what? And another thing, I was like, I saw a little bit of evolution. You know what I mean? In Zerdowski, and when he fought CBS, like the angles, the direct the switching, like
the other thing is though,
take a punch, man, is good.
The other thing is though that it's not like Jai is anything like the two champions that he fought because he isn't. They're orthodox fighters. He's a southpaw. They're stationary. They're flat-footed. He's not. And he's quick. So. There's caveats for Zerto too. That you're good on the inside. You have to get there though. You do have to get there because he's gonna move.
And that's my thing because Jai he gets hit, and he's okay with it sometimes.
Jai's freaking durable.
I think it's a good fight, man. Like I don't see this as a far stretch for either one of these cats. Like I think it's a good fight. It's somewhere around a 50-50, maybe a 60-40 fight, depending on you know, what particulars you look at in styles and nuances. But I mean, I don't see why this fight can't happen.
I think one of them will fight Noel Gabor first, though, and then they will.
I
fight.
agree. I
feel
agree
like
with
it.
that because Noel hasn't been stripped. I absolutely agree with that, John. Absolutely, he hasn't been stripped. And if they didn't strip him, it's for a reason.
Yeah. Can't
He hasn't been
forget about him.
stripped.
Yeah.
And
They're
that
gonna
would
save
be
Jai
a
for
sick.
last.
That's a good point.
That would
That's
be
a
a
good point.
sick undisputed fight, bro. That fight would. Be
No, and it'll be a great fight. It'll be a great fight. But I just think it's some bitch shit that Noel didn't even fight his fight. Y'all ordered that fight. The fuck? Y'all ordered that fight.
Bro, they fucked that motherfucker over, bro.
That Canadian. They fucked you over, bro. And now you gotta fight the dude. Now you gotta fight the dude that was giving you mad problems. Again, you gotta fight him.
Oh, that sucks.
They fucked him, bro, and I don't think he knows they fucked him. You know, because he's on his Jack Dempsey. Like, he don't care. I don't care. I knock people out. I fuck with Ryan Rositsky. I love his fights, but quiet as kept, you got fucked. Yeah, you got fucked.
I mean, what's messed up is like Ryan could lose that. He could lose his next fight to that same guy. Really
Yeah.
Then if he does, then he's really fucked.
The cool shit. The cool shit for Ryan. The cool shit for Ryan is that it is in Nova Scotia. So if we gotta rob this motherfucker, that's just what the fuck we gotta do.
Yeah.
It's his promoter putting it on. So if we gotta draw, right? If we gotta draw with him, then we'll draw with the motherfucker. But we're not gonna lose our status. We're not gonna lose it, you know? So that's a good thing. Drew said, where Jai versus Zerto take place will heavily influence who gets the home cooking. I doubt Oscar wants that a part of I agree with that. That's why he didn't mention it. Of Riyadh versus Matchroom. Who would Oscar's 5 best be? Bro,
I have a question for you.
Hey, Drew, what's good? Drew, it's been a minute,
is
bro.
Zerto-
Yeah, that
is
last sentence. Who would Oscar's 5 best be? That's the question, bro.
Go ahead, John.
I have a question for the panel. Is Zerto like the first unified Latino cruiserweight champion? Like,
Absolutely, he's
at
made
all,
history.
Right?
He's no. De verdad. Zerto deserves his flowers because he was the very first. I don't think it gets said enough. He was the very first Mexican super middleweight champion. He's the first, the inaugural, and he is the inaugural. He was the inaugural Mexican cruiserweight champion, and now he's the inaugural unified cruiserweight Mexican champion. There's never been one before him.
That's why they're saying like, hey, so do we have this argument on pound for pound list where he belongs?
He's on mine. I put him. He's on mine.
Where you got him?
8.
Let me.
I mean, I don't do pound for pounds, but yeah, okay.
Can I ask you something about your pound for pound, Jules?
Go ahead.
I was shocked first that you had Loma number 7. I understand your list. I've been watching your channel again for 2-3 years. No, probably more. But I was shocked that you didn't move Teofimo a lot more down and elevated Gilberto Zurdo a lot more up. I believe it deserves.
I wanted to. Te lo voy a decir. The reason I didn't is, I don't like Teofimo. Like, I really don't like Teofimo. But I can't take away that he was lineal in Ring Magazine, and that's why I kept him where I kept him.
Okay, that explains it.
When I thought about it, it really wouldn't be fair to give it to move somebody ahead of him who was never Ring Magazine or lineal. He was those things in both 135 and 140.
You mean to tell me? Oh my God! You mean to tell me you're objective? Get out of here! That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. It's amazing.
Did you just compliment Teofimo?
I hate fucking Teofimo. Like, I can't stand that kid. But right is right. Lineal is not easy to get. It's not. You got to fight the dude. And even though the Lomachenko thing is one thing, I want to preface it with, I was never impressed with how he beat Lomachenko. I'm not. Like, look, he just didn't throw, so you got those rounds. That's what happened. You wasn't whooping his ass. He just didn't throw nothing, so he had to give the rounds to you.
However it happened, you still won the fight.
Yeah, with Josh. With Josh, he's coming off a year of inactivity. He's coming off plantar fasciitis, so he can't even hop. And Jack beat him, but they didn't give it to Jack. So it's like,
Jack beat his ass twice, man.
Go ahead, Jason.
Well, no, and it was like you said in the Loma fight, he was winning rounds when Loma wasn't throwing, and when Loma was throwing, he was whooping Teo's ass.
Yeah, I'm not like I think people just holding on to what they thought he was when he beat Comey. I seen Chris Algieri do a video about him, and I'm like, I don't know how you could still think these things about Teofimo after the last 2 or 3 years. I just don't know how you could look at him through that lens that this guy is struggling. This guy's been struggling for 2 years. Basically, the one performance you had that was good was the Josh Taylor fight. But it's not like there wasn't angling there. Like, yeah, the dude hadn't fought in a year. And he got a gift. And his foot hurt.
Yeah,
like,
bro. Bro. Sandoria in Cambodia? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, like. Go ahead, John.
No, it was me. It was me. It was Raul. I was just gonna say that that's the reason why, like, when I do my little pound for pound, I do have Zurdo above Teofimo because, like, I know that you brought up the Linio thing. It's just that Zurdo has been looking better and better as he moves up after the Bivol loss, and Teofimo has been looking like shit, more and shit on top of more shit. And I'm like, come on, I can't forgive you for that.
Bro, I was looking for, like, you not even understanding that. I was looking for ways to drop him, but I'm like,
hold on, man. Can we run that back? He said shit on top of more shit. Let's go, bro.
Bro, like I was
that shit was funny,
really,
bro. That was
I was really
good,
trying
bro.
to rationalize moving him to the lower tier, but off a rationale, I couldn't in good conscience. Like, yeah, that's not objective. I would just be moving him because I don't like him. He, on paper, he's A, B, C, and D. But I don't agree with my own list that he should be there. It's just rules is rules, and they're there for a reason. So he gets to hang on a little
you
longer.
set your criteria and you're sticking
integrity.
to it.
Yeah,
integrity.
And here's the thing, man. That's why I don't have a pound for pound. I never make one. Because if you look at every pound for pound list that's out there, there's so many of them. It's insane, and everyone has their own fucking criteria, right? And their own measurements for everything. And I'm just like, just whatever, man. Fuck it, I don't care.
I don't think Teofimo. I don't think he's one of the best fighters in the world. That's what pound for pound in a sentence. What you're trying to communicate with the fighters that are on that list is that these are the top 10 pound for best fighters in the world, best boxers, I should say, not necessarily fighters, best boxers, right, in terms of skill. And I don't think he's those things. He has a glaring deficiency that's been on display ever since the Cambodia fight.
I think if Teofimo, let's say the next, all right, I would do this for every fighter, right? That someone will put on their top 10 pound for pound. I would take anybody from 1 through 10, and I would say this. Okay, if you put this individual and the next 5, or let's say next 10 fights they have, they're all against elite fighters because they're world class or elite, and they're all elite fighters. Teofimo wins 4, maybe 5 of those 10 fights.
No, he doesn't win any of those fights. I don't think he wins any of those. I'm not I'm not skill for. I mean is, hold on, let me finish.
Yeah.
Skill for skill. You're not more skilled than Inoue. Inoue can fight coming forward, going backwards, moving lateral. He can counter. He can lay into you. Once you get to the top 5, right? That's Usyk, Inoue, Crawford, Canelo. All these guys and Better Beef, even Better Beef. Better Beef showed, I don't gotta pressure you all the time with Joe Smith. Now I'm gonna hang back and catch you with this chopping right. Since you want to come to me and I don't gotta come to you. I'm gonna hang back and he caught him, right? They've all showed the ability to fight coming forwards, moving backwards, moving lateral. They all have diverse skill sets. They're not one-trick ponies. Teofimo is a one-trick pony. Bam is not a one-trick pony. Bam, no! Bam?
Yeah, you're right, man. He probably, fuck, what am I talking
about? Look at Zurdo. Zurdo used to be a close quarters fighter. Now he is a boxer. He's a boxer, bro. He's boxing.
Yeah.
No, people treat
those motherfuckers, the best of the best, the elite, they adapt and change with their opponents in each fight. Yeah.
No.
Timo can transition his style into a pressure fighting style to be.
Hey, does he even have a fight on the table coming up, Squeamo?
No. Go ahead, Jason.
No, people treat their pound for pound list like fantasy football shit. Like, I'm gonna bet on this guy and you win big money. That's they teach that. Like, Fuck.
See, like, there's nothing spectacular about like I'm sorry, like, and it's kind of like the prophecy came true, but not really. That I always wondered he's not gonna. I said in plain English, I don't think he's gonna look good at 140 because a part of what makes you so dynamic at 135 is that you're a big 135. So you're strong. You know, you got strength and speed. But you go to 140, oh, those guys are bigger. They take a better punch, and you may struggle to stay in character up there. And I think I think we've seen that. You look like shit with Ortiz. You look like shit with Martin.
Steve Clay didn't
knock people out.
Yeah, when's the last time he knocked somebody out? Gumpas?
That's it.
I mean, like,
that's it.
He used to be the Takeover. Now he's got to change his name to the Comeback.
For real, like I don't think he's to me, Junto. To me, if it's up to me, if I could just throw away the rules, throw them all away, I think Junto is a better fighter than he is.
And you know what? And you know what, man? To be brutally honest, like, not even brutally, just to be honest, regular. Fuck, it ain't brutal. Just to be honest, regular. Like, his character outside the ring, the way he conducts himself, the shit he says, like, bro, you're wilding, bro. Like, it makes it hard to.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, you know, that's the other stuff, but just evaluating skill, that there's almost like an obligation to have him there because of who he fought. But that's where boxing is stupid. That yes, Josh Taylor was a somebody, but look at what the circumstances were. Look at what they were. Yeah, he was lineal and all the shit.
Exactly. Yep.
Look what the circumstances were, dog.
Most people don't understand the circumstances. But hey, can I say one thing? I was completely fucking wrong last week when fucking what's his name?
When Trump won the election?
No.
I'm sorry, bro. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry, dog.
about the viewership of the Jake Paul. When Brim said 40 million, I laughed at him. Jesus Christ, 60 fucking million.
Yeah.
60
I mean,
yeah, but that's the
Tyson,
indicator.
though. It's
That's the
Tyson.
indicator. That's the indicator that boxing needs to go back to how it was. Boxing belongs on regular television.
Yes.
It belongs
Stop putting it behind a paywall.
accessible to whatever the most accessible platform is. That's where it should be, because if you keep tucking it, and you know, I like the Zone, don't get me wrong, but that's a paywall. And yes, Netflix is a paywall also, but it's a more affordable paywall.
Yeah, because it's
Hey,
so diverse.
Jules.
Because
Hey,
it's
Jules,
so diverse.
Hey, Jules. Yeah, you've been saying this for a long fucking time, bro. And you know what's funny? The other night, man, when that fight was coming on, I got home from work. I'm rushing in to get in to put the fight on. And I'm looking at my wife, I'm like, babe, we can put it. She's like, no, it's free. It's on Netflix. I was like, man, that shit ain't free. I've been so busy for the last few weeks, bro. Like, my brain, I'm assuming it's pay-per-view. I'm looking, that motherfucker free on Netflix. I was like, get the fuck
Because
out
that's
of
where
here,
you
bro.
build. That's where you build fighters, bro. Bro, that's literally where you build the fighters. That's
Remember
where
how
you
many world title fights we used to get on ESPN Friday Night Fights back in the day, bro?
That's where you acquaint. That's where you acquaint the audience with the guy you're building. You cannot, like, they're talking about Kermel Moton, for example. He's gonna be on another pay-per-view show. He might be on the undercard of Benavidez versus Morell. Ain't nobody gonna see that freckle-faced motherfucker,
bro. Unless you're on this panel, who the fuck is Kermel Moton? You know what I mean? Nobody knows who he is.
Real quick, you know why? And when Brim said 40 million, and I said 4 million, because I was thinking in ESPN Plus terms, and 4 million on ESPN Plus is fucking great.
It is.
But you know, it's fucking outstanding. But then when it turned out to be 60 million, I was like, what the fuck?
No, you didn't see the.
So Netflix,
bro, you didn't see the latest numbers? The latest numbers are out. These numbers are verified. It was 75 million for Taylor. It was 75 for Taylor Serrano, and somewhere in the neighborhood of one at a time, and somewhere around 100 million for the main event. Those are, bro, that's insane.
Netflix
is fucking nuts.
Bro, Netflix runs everything, bro.
Netflix
runs
is
everything.
getting into fucking boxing.
Drew said, I said Super Bowl numbers, and Netflix said 108 million viewers.
That's what I was about to tell y'all. No, it's actually 108, like or 107 or 108.
It's an insane. Dude. That's an insane. But let's also be fair. It's not. Jake didn't do that by himself. You got
That's what I'm
literally
trying to say.
one of
It's
the
like it
most
was Mike
popular
Tyson.
fighters of the last 30, 40 years helped you do that. Let's not fuck around like, yeah, you wasn't going to do that. You wasn't going to do that with Antonio Tarver. Okay? That's Mike,
but
bro.
You know what? It was very smart of him.
Like,
to
bro,
do
Mike's
that.
podcast has probably
Look
a couple million
Look at how
followers.
much he made, man. I mean,
Yeah.
like
can I just add?
Good.
Yeah, you mentioned Andrew Tate. That would be his most dangerous fight because he got that chloroform punch, the same punch that took out all those Romanian women for the sex dungeon.
Shout
So,
out
yeah, I
to
stay away from him.
Shout out to sex
God
dungeons.
damn it.
Shout out to sex dungeons, bro.
Listen, shout
Yeah.
out to sex dungeons, bro. Because if you're gonna have sex, have it in a dungeon, bro.
You know what I mean? Old school, bro.
But
Do
real-
that shit
but real
real, bro,
quick.
with chains and shit.
Medieval
This is-
sex, bro.
This
No,
is where boxing has to capitalize on that. You know.
Yeah, but who can? This is the other thing. This is where the conversation gets boring, Gooch. Who can? Who? Does Matchroom is attached to DAZN. Queensbury is attached to DAZN. If Golden Boy broke away from DAZN, right, and they went to Netflix, do they have a strong enough stable to capitalize on that?
They don't. They don't.
I have an answer, but I don't.
But
think
maybe
I
that's
plug
where
it.
Top Rank goes. Maybe maybe that's the opening for Top Rank.
I agree with you there.
Yeah.
I think they should. If we're talking about exposure, I think they
Jesus
should.
Christ.
But let's be honest. I don't think Top Rank has anyone to be catapulted.
No diga eso. No diga
Yes,
eso.
they
That's
do.
not true.
Who?
That for the
Fucking
Vargas. Espera. Keyshawn Davis, the Vargas kid,
I forget about that.
Emiliano. They
Munguia.
have people. They have that. If you were remember, Netflix is bigger than ESPN now, bro. They're way bigger, bro.
Oh yeah, way bigger.
Bro, Netflix
And
is
they're
the number
international.
one streaming service on the planet, bro.
On
Like,
the
literally,
on
the number
Earth,
one-
bro.
yeah,
And they're
like,
worldwide.
Yeah, like,
They're
that's why
worldwide.
they
nobody's fucking with them, bro.
WWE.
Nobody.
Not on Mars.
Nobody's fucking with them.
Not on Mars.
I
Not on
live,
Mars. No, on Mars it's Hulu. On Mars.
I live on a small
You know
town.
why? You know why? Yeah, you know why it's Hulu on Mars? Because Hulu got X-Files, bro.
They got the sex files in the dungeon.
I live in a small town, and everybody was concentrating. Everyone was concentrating on the Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. They were talking about it in my work, and I'm like, "That's not the fight to watch, guys." I'm like, "Watch the co-main event. That's the fight. That's the main event." They're like, "What?
That
Two
was such a
girls?
great
Two
fucking
girls?"
Yep.
They're like, "What do you mean two girls?" I'm like, "Trust me." And sure enough, Monday morning when I came in, he's like, "Did you watch the fight?" I'm like, "No shit, did I watch the fight? I was fucking promoting the girls for the whole fucking week."
Oye, compa, I said the same shit to everybody who would listen. I'm like, you need to see the co-main event. These two women, man, that's the fight. Yep.
No, y la otra vaina es que this is where for this country in particular, because the Brits and the Europeans, they have their own thing, and they're good. They're okay. They don't need the push they need here. You need a female Mexican fighter.
Yeah.
Now, Gabby is doing her thing, but I don't know if it's going to be her. Gabby is fun to watch, though. That's the thing. That's what helps her. That it's not just, oh, yeah, she's a good boxer. She is fun to watch. She throws punches, tries to hurt you, tries to knock you out. Because Mexico has been helping women's boxing along for a while. It's not new to them. It's not new to them, bro. The first female WBC champion was from where? Mexico. They've been doing that shit. It's not new to them. So you need a young, and I could think of one or two girls that I've been watching, that I've been paying attention to, that maybe they could do it. But that's what will get that shit really popping in America. Because who moves the needle in America? Everybody fucking knows. Mexican-American boxing fan.
Yeah.
So if you could get a fucking female Canela with you know what I'm saying? You never know. You never know.
That's one of the reasons why I hate and in a way I dislike Serrano a lot, because she beat that little Mexican chick. I forgot her name, but you promoted the shit out of the fight.
Jamie Mercado. Jamie Mercado.
Yeah. When she beat the shit, I was so fucking mad, especially with her trainer talking shit to Mexicans. I was like, "Oh, you motherfucker!" I was so fucking heated.
Shout out to motherfucking Drew. WWE WrestleMania moves to Netflix next. Yeah, I heard that. That there was gonna, I don't know. I heard that there was gonna be a bidding war. That it would come down to Netflix and Amazon. But I could see them going to Netflix. Like, dog. Can you imagine how many, bro? WWE is a monster, bro. They're printing money over there, basically. You go to Netflix, fucking forget it.
Have you watched Mr.
about it.
McMahon?
Who?
Mr. McMahon on
The documentary.
Oh no, I didn't see
Documentary?
it. Didn't see it.
You got to watch it. It's fucking great.
It's fucking disturbing.
It's disturbing, but it's fucking great.
Yeah, but he fucked some bitches. He did some bad things. That's every billionaire story. He fucked some bitches. He did some unethical things. He's a good guy.
But
Shout out to Vince
tells a
McMahon.
story.
Shout out to Vince McMahon. You gotta fuck these bitches. Mr. Calderon said, "Well, you gotta fuck them. You have to fuck them, bro. Like,
Just
what
read
you
the super
gonna do?"
chat, bro. Just read the super chat. Oh my god.
Mr. Calderon said they wasted that pay-per-view card with the first two fights. They should have put new up-and-comers on the undercard. 75 million eyes can elevate a career. I think that Shushu, if I were going to change anything about the way the card was, you would have had Niraj Goyat and Hispanic Busy Bone. That would have been in the prelim.
Bro, stop. Did you say Hispanic Busy Bone, bro?
Him and that dude would have been in the prelim, and Shushu would have been in the main. That's what I would have changed.
Yeah.
You missed
other than that,
last super chat.
Hispanic Busy Bone. Oh shit.
Hispanic Busy Bone, bro. That dude, he's gonna stand, buddy. He's gonna stand,
After the Ramos fight, Jules, I've been
Say it
saying
again, bro.
after what I saw against the Barrios and Ramos, after what I saw, I was saying to myself, I'm like, I think Prograis, if he were to move, he can beat a Barrios, but not anymore. Not after what I saw. I think Barrios is becoming a little bit better, but then again, it was Ramos, so I like the fight. It was better than what I expected.
If they made it, but that's where I guess things get boring again. Regis is not going to get access to that fighter. He's not going to get access to him.
That's true.
Barrios, I'm sorry, but Barrios is terrible.
Give Real Talk a break. He was trying.
Yeah, Real Talk was doing his thing, man. He fought his ass off. Shout out to Drew. UFC is also my dude. If they get WWE and UFC, my dude, it's a wrap.
Here's the thing. They're also, you know who else are in play for them to get? The NFL.
Stop playing.
If they get all those, does that mean that Top Rank goes to the zone? Because that's a lot for fucking
because because one, they can handle it. Remember that it's not just Netflix investing. These guys make money. They generate money. So you actually get something back, But I would say if I'm Bob and I'm Todd and Brad Goodman and those people, honestly, if I have to choose, I go to Netflix. Yes, I want to be on the same network as these other things for the spillover. There were just more eyes and more everything that, come on, we don't got to argue. Netflix is exponentially bigger than this.
You can choose that, but do they choose you?
I mean, you got to tell Ash, catch him, bro. Got to catch him all. Choose you. Choose you. Shout out to Sarah Bareilles. One of my favorite songwriters. Fucking love her songs, bro.
She must be the very best.
She's fucking really good, honestly. Her album's like a breath of fresh air. It's not the kind of stuff you would expect me to listen to, but I love a good songwriter. I love them.
Hey, what's coming up this weekend? Anything good?
I don't think there's no boxing this weekend, bro.
Right. I'm gonna be out of town, man. I'm flying to Ohio to watch the Ohio State-Indiana game live at the stadium, so I'll be missing whatever happened this weekend and shit. That's what I was asking.
Oh shit! Looks like Eddie Hearn and PBC are working on a deal for Shakram Gayasov to step aside to allow Jaron Ennis versus Amantis Stanionis in the spring of next year. So Baldy Locks finally wised up.
Let's go.
Motherfucker.
I thought they looked at you, Jules.
Let's go.
Say it again, bro.
I was reading on Boxing Scene that they reached the deal between Gayasov and the Stanionis.
A step aside deal. You never know. No, porque no hay este lío. I'm not gonna jump to conclusions. I just read that on this Fight Hook News thing. But it wouldn't surprise me because there's no money in Stanionis versus Gayasov, bro. Like, there's no money in that shit is not gonna move the needle at all. So it's
Stanionis realized that banging his girlfriend on his mom's fucking couch, that's not working. He's got to make some fucking money.
Man, you can't fuck the same in your mom's house. It feels wrong.
Yeah, you gotta be all quiet and shit.
Yeah, you gotta give them short humps.
My mom's in the other room. Shh.
Just cover her mouth. Like,
oh my god!
Hey,
don't
and then you gotta
feel
make sure
right.
you're not doing too much so the bed ain't creaking too
no,
loud
my mom
and
has
shit.
her friends over. They're playing bingo night.
Fucking shit is like jerking off when people are still awake. Like you can't enjoy it. Like,
Hey, hold on, who the fuck jerks off when you're still awake, bro?
that's the point I'm making, bro. Like that's.
No, I got you. Bro,
You know
I
what
was
I'm
in the
saying?
army.
Like-
I was in the infantry for 20 years. Trust me, fam. I got
With
you.
this fight, I can rent my own apartment. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Right?
But you know what, man? Hey, speaking of boots, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Might be a hot take to some of y'all, but I don't give a fuck. He is food for the first dude he runs into who has decent power, pressure fighter, and has a chin. Boots is food.
Nah, I don't agree with that. Not a pressure guy. I
No,
would
I
say that
think so.
I already thought he was food. But like the Karen fight didn't show me nothing I didn't know. I would not like his chances with Madrimov. No, that's not a good fight for you.
You thinking more? Are you thinking more boxer puncher style?
Yeah, because the pressure guy, look, his power is going to carry. He has power and it is going to carry. What he struggles with is movement. That's what he struggles with. If you're gonna step around him, if you're gonna hop, if you're in and out, that's what he struggles with. But if you're just gonna come forward and throw, oh yeah, he's right at home. That's literally what he needs. That's when he's at his best.
Or so like what? Oh yeah. What if? Okay, yeah. So if it's like a dude who can proficiently switch from pressure to boxer puncher, he's done, bro. But if
Yeah, but there's not a lot of dudes like that. There's not a lot
Madrimov will
of dudes.
take his ass to school, though, man, for real.
Yeah, like here's the other thing. If he goes to 54, is Sergey a dangerous fight? Yes and no. Yes, in terms of height, length. He has something called ring coverage, right? Ring coverage is I don't need to be close to you to hit you. I could extend my arm, shoot my jab, step in. While I shoot my jab, you cover up. Before you know it, I'm on top of you now. Now what are you gonna do? So if he goes to 54, there's gonna be problems. Yeah, there's gonna be problems. There are. But how many of those fights at the same time are actually gonna happen?
So how do y'all see? So how do y'all see him and Virgil?
Oh, I think he beats Virgil. I'm sorry. The word is out.
But has Boots have been chin tested though? Like by an actual power guy?
No, he hasn't.
Nope.
He ain't been in there with nobody who could really crack. To be honest, nobody who could really crack.
And Virgil can really crack.
That's not my.
But the thing is, but Virgil could crack. But it's like, look, man, Virgil has limitations. People don't want to say it now because it's early. But yes, you have limitations, bro. I saw you with Mighty Mo Hooker. Remember how the fight ended? It wasn't off a punch. It was because Mo hurt his hand.
Can I say something? I think 154 is still not the right weight for Virgil, because look, in his past fights, he had the energy to go fucking 12 rounds against his last fight. He gassed out. I think 160 is his fucking weight.
So Gooch, I said like you should just go to 160, bro. Like just get your feet wet at 160. Get a head start. Acclimate.
Hang on.
I think 160 is his weight. I think he'll do better. I think he'll fucking have the energy to fucking fight 12 rounds.
Well, I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Originally, I remember an interview that De La Hoya said that he wanted to bring him back at 160. So I don't know why at the end they decided to go at 154. Because when he said that, I was like, of course you're going to feed him to Munguia. I'm like, that's...
Let me give you an example. If you don't waste no time at 154, here's an example, perfect example. I would pick Virgil to win this fight, even though there's still an element of danger. If you go after Lara at 160, Virgil has the style for Lara.
Yeah.
You're old, bro. You're old. Yeah. I'm gonna be all over your fucking ass, throwing punches and bunches. I gotta protect myself on my way in. But once I'm in, it's over, bro. It's over. It's all over again.
He won't knock him
I have
out.
to
He'll
disagree
fucking,
here.
he'll
Can
fucking
he-
win a decision.
I
Can he
have
get
to disagree with
Lara?
you guys here. Hang on. I have to disagree with you guys here. Virgil does not have the physical dimensions for this. He's going to be giving up height and reach to everyone, and not by a little bit.
No. Lara's a 154, bro.
Yeah.
Adames is a 154. That's where they were.
We're not saying that he takes out every fucking. He doesn't knock out every.
He's got youth on him
160,
too. Y'all gotta keep
but
that in mind.
he has a better shot at winning at 160.
I'll tell you what, Jason. I would pick him to beat Lara before I pick him to beat Madrimov.
Yeah.
And I don't think he beat Bohachuk.
Yeah,
You didn't win that fight.
But do you think he can get Lara in the ring though? I don't
¿Y
think
qué está haciendo Lara, manín? What the fuck is he doing, bro?
He beat Danny Garcia.
He ducking though.
Because Lara's busy, bro. He's got too much going on, bro.
He beat Danny Garcia.
But you
the
know
Beast.
those PBC fighters, they'll turn down any fight, even if
Manín, pero ok, tú no ves que Carlos está hablando con Hansa Shiraz. No hay dinero allá, no hay dinero. So, yo lo dije, when the well dries up, when la piña está agria, those guys are gonna fucking leave. What? Because they got bills, bro. They got bills just like all of us. And they can't be waiting around because, yeah, I got a date for you, but it's in March of the next year. Not this year coming up, the next one after that. Oh, okay. You know, like, nah, they can't wait around, bro. So,
speaking of not waiting around, Jules, have you heard anything about Madrimov's next fight?
yeah, it's fucking Fury Usyk, bro.
He's fighting Bochuk on the co-main.
He's fighting Bochuk.
Oh, that's
How
good.
the fuck did you forget that, bro? Like, that's a major fight, bro. And that's another one. That's a good one because I love that fight, and it's not getting talked about. I'm gonna talk more about it, but what's great about that fight is, yes, Madrimov has the style for Bohachuk, but Bohachuk has been 12 rounds. He's got more rounds than you do. So if you get tired, that's your ass. Remember, Madrimov only has like 12 fights. You really ain't fought that much, and you ain't been 12 rounds that much. So you got the right style, not the right level of experience. Bohachuk has more experience than you, so that is a good fucking fight, man.
Well,
I still got him winning.
I trust a dude who went 12 rounds with Crawford. Like, once you go 12 rounds with Crawford, like, okay, I have no questions about you anymore.
Shout out to Drew. Netflix announced WWE exclusivity of all content in the coming year, and this week they will announce all NFL Christmas Day games are on Netflix in a long-term deal, and they have Beyonce doing Yo, Netflix.
Watch out.
Damn.
Do you feel old yet, guys? Because I feel old.
Bro, Jules, thank you, bro. I was about to say, sounds cool except the Beyonce part, but like, fuck that.
No, it's not that. It's that I remember when Netflix just had movies. I remember when Netflix first came
When
out.
you got the CDs in the mail and shit.
Yeah.
Right?
I remember, bro, I remember when Blockbuster was slowly dying and Netflix was growing. And
Remember when you go through free time?
Bro, my brain was like, I should buy stock in this shit.
Yo, I literally forgot that Netflix used to send out. I forgot that you would have to order it online, and then they'll send it to you, bro. Oh my god!
You can only check out 3 at a time.
Wow, yo, but they came up, man. They really came up. Damn.
The wrong content, the wrong movies, shows.
Remember, Jay, that about 3 years ago, what was it? 3 or 4 years ago, they were actually on a downward trend. They were
losing money. Yeah,
and
they were bleeding cash.
Turned it, bro. With this, WWE, UFC, Beyonce's ass cheeks and her underboob, it is a wrap. I still think Rihanna's hotter, though. I still think Rihanna's hotter.
Hell no.
More thicker.
Hell yes.
So much hotter.
Bro, you bugging. I love sluts. I love slutty shit.
Beyonce is fucking gorgeous.
No, she's a pretty girl. She's not gonna let you nut on her face. She's not gonna let you put it in her ass. She's just a pretty girl.
Too classy for that shit.
Could you imagine Beyonce put it in the other hole? That's not gonna happen. But Rihanna, oh yeah.
But see.
See what? Like, bruh. Get a UTI fucking around with Rihanna.
if you're comparing the two, look, both of them are unreachable.
No, they both. No, but if a motherfucker told me choose,
They,
I choose
they may
Beyonce.
both be Gooch. They may both be unreachable, but one of them will give you a reach around.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like Rihanna, you know what I'm saying? She look like her pussy smell like pee a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's good shit out here.
Oh,
A little bit of pee, a little bit of urine, a little bit of codfish.
She looks like you go down on her, you'd have second thoughts.
Oh shit!
Now, Jules, I love me a little bit of salmon.
No, shout out to salmon, bro. Yo, by the way, I fucking love
Hey, I hate y'all,
salmon.
bro. This is why I don't like y'all, man.
Yo, who heard about that fucking oarfish that just washed up ashore in California? That it's a sign of a big earthquake coming.
Oh,
Did you guys hear about
dragon?
The dragon, yeah. That's
So
the
here's
second
thing.
one.
Shit. Okay. So
What
the
the
oarfish, right? It's a real fish, but in Japanese lore, it's a sign of bad things to come because it looks like a dragon, right? It's got the whiskers, it's got the fucking the serrated fins and shit. But I mean, bro, those things are a dime a dozen. They're everywhere. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe.
Well, I don't know much about the oarfish's I guess ecosystem, right? Let's call it that. But the only way I could see that being a bad omen of an impending earthquake is if they swim on the ocean floor. And they're being driven up by tectonic plate movement, earthquakes, because that's what they're saying, that this is what happens before a major earthquake.
What the fuck?
That's what. Yeah. That's,
Well,
that's
I mean,
what's going
actually,
on.
so here's the thing, because all right, so this is good. So Japan, they have a history with tsunamis, right?
Yep.
And tectonic movement, right? So the oarfish, when they see it coming up, they're like, the reason why it's surfacing and bringing itself, because oarfish, you don't see them near the surface normally.
Yeah, that's what they said.
It's
That
not
it's
all the
you
time.
don't normally
Yeah.
you don't run into them shits.
So when
How
they
long
do,
after?
according to the Japanese, they're like, hey, they're coming up to the surface for a reason. They don't give a fuck about humans. They're just saying like, hey, we know something's coming and we're trying to put ourselves in the best position to get away from it. That's what's really coming down to. So
apparently they swim.
There's
If
you put it all together to shorten it, because I don't want to fucking nerd out and bore people, but if you put it all together to shorten it, there's some validity to the sightings of those being at the surface, that something's an earthquake's coming or a tsunami. When an earthquake happens under the seafloor, that creates a tsunami. But at the same time, here's another thing. There's been dozens and dozens. Man, there's been hundreds of oarfish sightings, catches, and there's no earthquake coming, no tsunami. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
What's real quick? But what's the timeline? Because I'll be honest, I'm a West Coast guy and I'm on East Coast time right now. I'm actually in Orlando right now. What's the timeline?
oh, I'll give you the timeline, bro. You're the first to get fucked. This is your timeline.
I mean,
if it happens,
I don't know what the
it's gonna be
ETA.
in
I don't know what the
Pacific Ocean.
ETA is, but you have to figure that if the fish, because I have a degree in marine biology. And,
oh, you don't say.
Bro, we've been known this, Jules. Come on, bro. You ain't gotta tell us.
And but using your common sense. Let's just say the fish washed ashore yesterday, right? Let's just say that means there's something happening down there right now.
I'll put it to you like this: if the fish can swim 15 miles an hour, and it needs to get away a safe distance, right? And let's say that safe distance is, I don't know, that's the problem. We would need to know the safe distance. If it's 50 miles or 100 miles, then we could do the math, but we don't know what distance that fish needs to get away that makes them surface and go in that direction.
Yeah, because their range is 660 feet to 3,300 feet. So it's like,
there you go. See, my man Googled their range, right? But that's depth, though.
So I have a question. I have a question for the West Coast.
Look at the brain on Jason.
Yeah, I use Wikipedia.
Shout out to Jason's brain. Shout out to Jason's brain. For the West Coasters, how many people actually buy into that mega earthquake stuff? Because it feels like I've been hearing that since I was born.
Yeah.
We got one West Coast.
I'll be honest. Like the last big fucking quake I remember I was a teenager. So
the Loma
Prieta, that goes back to like I'm out here in Florida, you get a couple of fucking hurricanes a year.
Yeah.
So I would rather deal with a fucking earthquake every 20, 30 fucking years than 2 fucking hurricanes a fucking year.
I don't know how people. I don't know how people
he's
live in
right. Hey, he's got a point.
The last big
as much
quake
as I'd love. Go ahead,
on the
country.
West-
country.
The last big quake here on the West Coast was the Loma Prieta quake in '89.
The Lomachenko quake
during the World Series.
Hey, so that shit. Hey, so that shit's actually that fault line. What's that volcano all the
San
way up to the
Andreas.
north on the top of that fault? No, the one way up to the north. It's in Alaska, Canada. Anyway, it's due to erupt, right? It's due to erupt really bad. But as much as I'd love for fucking the whole state of California to sink off, or I don't give a fuck if it sinks or it breaks off in the ocean. Who gives
Jesus
a fuck?
Christ.
Hey, fuck
Hey,
you.
I live here, damn it. Stop
Hey,
that.
hold on.
Fuck
Before you throw the fuck yous at me, let me finish. All y'all on the panel that I fucks with and I got love for, man, grab your families, come to the real side, bro. Get out of there, and so you ain't got to worry about that.
What's the
I
real
just hope Gavin Newsom goes. That's all. Just get rid of Gavin Newsom.
Let the ground just swallow his ass,
I saw that fucking idiot on TV complaining about the homeless. I'm like, yo, this is a comedy. This is a sitcom.
Bro, he's on the Diddy
created
list,
that.
bro.
You know what? You know what? The 5th largest economy should break away from the fucking union.
Yeah, you know what? If I had the power, I would say, good, secede. You're on your own. Have a fucking good time.
And
Have
let
fun.
the-
I just don't understand how he
But you
can be
wanna-
complaining
here's the
about.
thing.
Hold on. I just don't understand how he can be complaining about the homeless. Like, bro, you created this problem.
Listen,
bro.
let me tell you this. Let me tell you this right now. Listen? If California, man, that would be great. If California seceded and became its own country, it would take less than 72 hours for China to invade your asses.
Yeah.
Okay, so who would fund all the fucking red states? Because the taxes we fucking pay subsidize all the fucking red states.
Do you
where would you get that fucking money?
Oh,
do you understand?
Where would you get
Hey,
that
can I
fucking
say
money?
something? Can I say something? Wait. Let me just
I'm
say
gonna go
something.
smoke a cigarette because it's getting political in here.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. I was gonna say this. Like, only in Ring IQ are you gonna listen to talks about pussy, talks about the ocean, some boxing, and some politics. What the fuck, man? What the fuck,
bro?
We subsidize red states.
Oh,
Bro,
no,
cool
no,
story,
I don't want to hear
guys.
it.
Check it out. Hey, bro, and you asked who would fund? All right, cool story. You would not be missed. California would not you. I fucked with you, bro. I hope you're well, bro. I'm good. Like, I don't have a problem with you. But the state of California, bro, and the way they're running shit, listen. And matter of fact, California, everything they produce, their natural resources, all that would not be missed, bro.
Oh.
Texas alone produces 15 Californias. So what are you talking about?
No, it doesn't.
I don't think so.
Do the math, bro.
California is the 5th largest economy in the world.
Oh my, bro. Oh, Texas beats California in economy.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have a higher GDP.
No,
California
listen.
does.
No, you're talking about GDP because there's a bunch of rich people spending money. I'm talking about natural resources, shit that really matters in longevity. Bro, Texas fucking puts California to shame. California don't even hold a candle to Texas with natural resources. And when you look at the United States as an entire country, all right, natural resources, all right, is what drives economy.
California is the breadbasket of the fucking world.
Bro, you're wild.
All right,
bro.
agriculture.
You're wilding, bro.
It's the it's the 5th largest economy in the world. All right, we subsidize all those fucking red states. All those red states offer. Hold on. All those red states offer tax cuts and all that because we subsidize them for every fucking
when you
dollar.
Say
we
all
pay,
those red
hold
states,
on.
California is not
For every
subsidizing
fucking dollar we pay in taxes,
no, it does not.
we get 50 cents on the dollar.
Why are so many Californians moving out of California then?
Why? Because of the cost of living, but still, it is still.
Okay. There you go. And why is the cost of living so high? Let's keep it going. We're gonna
because
get my point.
because it is the 5th largest economy in the world.
No,
Yes,
that's not why.
because of the taxes we pay, we get back return for the services.
The question is, listen. The question is, why are the taxes so high there?
Because people want to fucking live here.
No, they don't. They're leaving California.
Because there comes a tipping point, but still,
exactly.
Why is it the fucking 5th largest economy in the world? Why is Texas becoming a purple state? And why will they eventually become a blue
Texas
state?
is not a purple state.
Yes, they are.
What?
They are
They're
becoming.
not. No, Gooch, I have to push back on that. Man.
They
They're
will
nowhere near
become
close to
a blue state.
Bro, you're delusional, brother. I'm sorry.
Why is there so many homeless over there?
You're no.
How is it the
No.
biggest economy, but there's such a large amount of homeless people over there?
Bro, no.
Why?
Listen,
Because they haven't. Okay, so
We have the best weather. So it's easier to be homeless.
It's not
it's the
that.
best place to be homeless.
because there's more opportunity for them to fucking get. Look, I live
There
in
ain't
San
opportunity to get shit in California. What? I mean, yeah, if you want to not do shit, not put out any effort, not work for
Oh,
anything, and
Jesus
just get shit
Christ.
for free.
Again, why are they the fucking fifth? Okay, let me ask you a question. Why are they the fifth largest economy in the world? Why?
They're not.
Yes, they are. They are the largest.
Hollywood and
They're the
Silicon
fifth
Valley.
largest economy in the world. Why?
Hollywood, Silicon Valley.
No. It's more than that. They're the agriculture, everything, the manufacturing. There's a reason why. The fifth largest economy in the world, and we subsidize most of the country. The taxes that
That's
we
not
pay
true. That's
go
not
to
true.
red states. Why? Because you got a fucking state like Louisiana offering all these fucking bullshit tax rates where they bring in less than what they fucking spend. California, the blue states subsidize the red states. That's a fucking fact.
Bro, that's not a fact.
It
You're
is.
telling straight lies right now. Bro, the California and the blue states, right? It's fucking smoke and mirrors, all right?
How?
They have millions and millions and
Can we
millions
go
of
on to another
illegal migrants as
conversation?
voters, supporting them, bro, and working
For
there.
Christ's sake.
Like, no, hold on, no, fuck that. Hold on, let's keep it real, bro. They have millions. Matter of fact, look at the last election, okay? In the last election, right? It was rigged. Evidence is there. And then fucking listen, hold on. They brought in 10 million illegal people to vote for them, and they still lost by a
that is
landslide.
such fucking
But
bullshit.
yet those states subsidize the rest of the red states.
Yes, they do.
Come on,
But the
bro.
taxes that no, forget about fucking immigration. That has nothing to do with it. The taxes we fucking pay.
No, it does. It
leave the
affects
fucking
that
state, and
They're
we don't bring them back.
Oh my
Why?
God, bro,
Because
you
we
are
subsidize red
delusional.
states.
Jules, I'm
Yes.
begging you, change the topic, please.
Yes.
Yeah, let's not argue no more.
All right, let's argue about something.
Yeah. Wait up. I was gonna say this.
No. I'm gonna do this. It needs to be done. Who's got the better rack, Sydney Sweeney or Alexandria Daddario?
Oh,
Denny Sweeney.
Daddario.
We're split. We're split. We're split.
Daddario.
I don't know.
Who says
I haven't
Sweeney?
seen
Who
that.
says Sweeney? Who says Sweeney?
Jay says Sweeney.
What's the
That's
name?
one.
Alex says Daddario.
I don't know those two ladies. So
Oh, you
A toda
don't.
madre. Says
Say it
Of course you
Daddario.
don't. You're a fucking liberal.
what's their name?
Oh God!
come
with the
on now.
politics.
My bad, bro. I'm sorry. I'm on one.
Fuck, dude.
All right, I'm officially on Gooch's side now.
done.
You
Wait a
broke the
minute.
thread.
You got to be joking. Dr. Oz is on is in the cabinet. With
What?
the hairy forearms, Dr. Oz.
Shut the fuck up. No way.
Yay,
No fucking
Trump!
way.
Yay,
No
Trump!
fucking way.
Let's go.
All right. For those familiar with those two actresses, who do you think is more attractive, Daddario or Sweeney?
Da 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 da.
One for Dario.
A toda madre Daddario.
Yeah,
I'm
shit.
looking two for
Who's the
Daddario.
other one? Who's the other one?
Daddario.
Sydney
I got
Sweeney.
Daddario.
Sydney Sweeney. 3 for Daddario. Damn, she's winning by a landslide.
Listen,
There's the eye.
if you don't know who they are, just know this. They both got big titties. One's a blonde, one's a brunette.
And one has
What's
beautiful eyes.
Daddario's first name?
I ain't gonna lie, those eyes really are. They really are something.
Imagine if she's blowing you and she's looking at you. Oh my god.
Bro,
Yeah,
imagine if
Daddario
she
got the
fucking
eyes,
shoots a laser into my fucking
Yeah.
forehead while she does it, bro. Like
Daddario got the eyes.
Sweeney's got my vote.
one for Sweeney, one for Sweeney.
Sweeney.
Sweeney,
Sweeney.
that's 2.
Yeah,
Are you
she's
talking about
gorgeous.
Alexandria Daddario?
Alexandria Daddario.
Yes.
Sydney Sweeney has a better body overall, not just bigger.
Sweeney's
tits.
gorgeous.
Hey, Country's sifting through all his porn right now, like comparing them and shit. Give me a second.
Country, you know, Country's holding his dick right now, trying to figure this out.
You
Hey,
should
Country
know,
a beast, bro. Hey,
should
Country got a whole. Hey, he got a whole pocket pussy going down right now, looking at pictures like before he makes.
Come on, country, make a fucking decision.
Just watch True Detective, Country.
Hold on, I'm trying
Country,
to find
don't
a
let me
picture
down,
of
bro.
her.
You better say to
Man.
Dario, Country. Don't
Hey.
let me down.
Watch
Maybe
True
Sweeney got-
Detective, and you can make your reasoning.
Sweeney got gorge
Yeah,
back too.
I'm gonna go with Sweeney, man.
There you go.
It's a tie. It's a tie. It's a
There
tie.
you go. Who else is on the
Jules,
panel?
hold up. What's your vote? Are you gonna come at the end?
Oh
Wait.
shit. You,
Yeah,
all
Jules,
right,
you got to
I'm
choose.
gonna be
man.
honest. I'm gonna. All right.
Don't say I'm gonna be honest. No, we want you to lie to us. We love lies, bro. Come on.
They're-
just say it.
You know what the shit is? They are unusually gorgeous, the both of them.
We don't want to know what this shit is, bro. Just
You
fucking say it,
fence
bro.
sitting
Can
little
I get
bitch.
2 votes? Can I get 2 votes?
All right. So here's what I would do.
Oh shit. We gonna.
I
pop a
would
pound of this
marry Alexandria and cheat on her with Sydney. That's my
shit.
answer.
Well, hey, hold up. If you
That's
were
a hot
married to
take.
Sydney, would
That's
you
a hot
cheat
take
on her
right
with
there.
Alexandria?
Fuck, Mary, kill.
Yes.
No, wait.
Yes.
Jules,
Yeah, look at Jules like
you know,
shit,
I've
bro. Fuck.
always,
Rock
I've
in a
always,
hard place.
I've always had I've always had a theory about this. Not theory, but a thing. Like, if you're gonna cheat on your wife, it has to be for something better. So in your case, you're saying that Sweeney is better than the Dario.
No, because that's not how it works. It's different.
Not necessarily. Yeah,
Explain
not
it.
necessarily, yeah.
Explain
It's
it.
different.
It's, no, literally, different is the word. It's about having something different. That's all it is.
It's different. It's you know, Alexandria Daddario looks like she can bake some cookies, some oatmeal raisin cookies, right? A little lasagna. right?
Sí, pero who makes better arroz con pollo, bro? Who makes better arroz con
Right?
pollo?
Like she can and she you know, but she doesn't look like she really sucks a lot of dick.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't look like she sucks. Look at her. You think she's sucking a lot of dick with those
Yeah,
blue
hold on,
eyes?
You're basing
Plus,
this off
did y'all
of
know
the
that she's
roles
half
they
black?
took in Hollywood, bro. That's
Ooh.
bro.
Alexander Daddario.
Stop lying.
Well, no, The Rock played her dad in that movie. So
Went from a 9 to a 10. Good job. Good job. You got him.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh shit!
Nah, you're wilding, fam.
No, but I have to
No,
go back to this
but
idea
in
that-
seriousness, I don't. You know that I can't even see Alexandria sucking on a cock. I don't think you know, like maybe she does, but you know, like Sydney will do it with spirit. Spirit.
That's a Sydney vote. We win.
Spirit and motivation.
All right.
Suck your balls, you know, make you feel good, like
Spider technique. Let's go.
Sydney wins.
You know?
Also, I have to push back on this idea that you cheat to get something better. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't cheat for something better, man. Come on now.
He didn't trade up, dog. He damn sure did. Bro, wasn't he fucking the cleaning lady? You cheated on Maria Shriver with the cleaning
Hey, you
lady,
know what,
bro?
Hey, you know what, bro? In the military, every time a motherfucker get cheated on, it was with somebody who's lower ranking. It's crazy.
Yeah, like, fuck
So
that
let me ask you a question. Have you ever played the game where you look at a broad that's not that good looking and you think, would I bang her?
Yeah, do her. Lose the braids, do her, do her.
It takes you to some depths that you never thought you'd go.
No, I'll tell you what.
Wait.
No, let me say
You
this
game?
because this is where I got this from. That you know, sometimes you got to fuck some ugly broads. One of the aphrodisiacs, at least for me, an aphrodisiac is the interest that they show, the enthusiasm. Might not be that attractive because they really want to give you some pussy. That's an aphrodisiac. To me, it is that enthusiasm, that energy. Like, oh, you really want to get fucked?
Yeah, that's a factor. That's a major factor. Yeah,
Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, give me a 5 that's horny as hell over a starfish that's a 10.
And knows how to perform.
Yeah.
Right? Bitch spinning on your shit, bro. Lasers are shooting out. Fucking.
You said versus a 10, that's a starfish. Just later.
Yeah, no, because that's the if you know, like you get a good looking joint, but that doesn't mean sex is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what? Sometimes them baddies, and I've experienced this, man. Them baddies, man. Sometimes they feel like I don't need to do much. I'm so bad. You need to show me something. And it's like, hold up, bro. I'm a motherfucker too. I'm somebody too, dog. Like, hold up, like.
Or maybe they done. Maybe they done. You know, I don't know. Maybe it just boils down to personalities. It's really not something that I've thought that much about. That perhaps someone who benefits so much from their aesthetic. You know, you don't really have inhibitions. You do have inhibitions. You're not unhinged. a mildly ugly broad, or she's gonna fuck like there's an asteroid on the way. Crazy? She's gonna go
Hey,
crazy.
shout out to whoever
They're
mentioned
more
earlier all the
giving.
different shit we talk about, man. This shit is wild, bro. We're off the charts.
Honestly,
Shit,
like
man.
my, like a 5 that's really down to fuck and get nutted on and all the good stuff.
They're more giving.
No,
Yeah.
a five will let you take you to the sex dungeon.
For a
the
boxing
sex dungeon, bro.
Bro, shout out to sex
boxing-
dungeons, bro.
for a boxing
Matter of fact,
channel,
if you got like Dark Ages type chains and shackles, even better, bro.
You know what?
Oh yeah,
For
I
a
like my.
boxing-
I like women with
Go
a lot
ahead,
of-
country.
For a boxing channel, we are one of the craziest fucking channels ever.
Sex dungeons, bro. Make sex dungeons great again.
Hey,
no, like we are like,
Netflix.
you like our women
Netflix
like
should
you
have
like our
Ring IQ on live.
Yeah.
No, oh god.
Who's the one who said it? You're never gonna make it of the zone.
I mean, you never know, dog. No, but I wouldn't want to be on anybody's network because I wouldn't want to play by their rules. Then I can't talk about sex dungeons or Alexandria Daddario. I'll get sued. Guy on DAZN is talking about putting Alexandria Daddario in a sex dungeon. Get away with that.
I remember. I gave you
Whoever signs in, that it's at their own peril.
right now that you said that you don't want to play by no one's rules. I remember that I gave you shit when you interviewed Mamando Serrano the first time, the very first time after you did all the shit talking, and I was like, "Oh, you sold out. You fucking sold out." Dude.
I think what people don't realize is that me and her talk regularly before I did that interview to bury the hatchets.
Okay, yes.
And I had to admit that I was wrong. Like if you look at what I was saying in those times, that she was holding out for more money, right? She proved me wrong. Think about it. She proved me wrong again.
$6 million.
Like I was saying that she should have took the offer that was in the bubble. Now think about it. If she had, she wouldn't have made what they made at Madison Square Garden. They made way more at Madison Square Garden. And then if you think about it, look at what they just made. $6 million. So
no, I
proved me wrong.
I did. When I gave you shit, I did approach you though. Like I sent you a message on Instagram, and you did explain it. No, I did this and this, and I was like, all right, cool. But I'm like, come on, man. But now that you explain it and the way that she did it and the money that she got and the way she did prove everybody wrong, except for who was that motherfucker who was on her case all the time, Mr. fucking whatever his name, Moonshine. He was the one who was that guy.
Yeah, but he's just like I would say that the reason it doesn't feel genuine coming from him is because honestly, you're doing a tribalism thing, and a lot of people can see that you're doing that. You're trying to be like the Latino LDBC, and that ideology, I don't like it when anybody does it. I don't like it when anybody does it. I'm not partial towards anyone.
I know that you in a way because your channel made me grow as a person as well by the tribalism part. I was big on Latino boxers and all that. Like I basically gave a fucking split decision to the Taylor versus Jose Ramirez because I loved Ramirez a lot and because I met him firsthand. So I was very tribalism towards that. But you made me break out of that shell, and I'm like, and when you say he makes me a proud of this, I'm like, Lomachenko makes me a proud Ukrainian. I use that term a lot.
Because I guess that it's more enjoyable. I think things are just more enjoyable when you take yourself out of it. It's just more enjoyable when
you're able to enjoy.
You
the
can
whole
appreciate.
spectrum.
But yeah, exactly. Like you can appreciate more fighters from more places, and the sport becomes bigger and more enjoyable when you can say, "Yeah, that Mexican guy's great. That Japanese guy's great. That Eastern Euro guy is great." You can appreciate it more if you're not looking at it with those lenses on there. Oh, well, I only really care about the guys I have something in common with.
Yep.
You know,
I think it's because fellas, like, fun fact, like I remember I said this before, it's like when the Jose Ramirez Josh Taylor fight happened, me and my barber's Mexican, we made a bet on who'd win the fight. I picked Josh and he picked Jose. Then after the fight was over, I just asked him, "Hey, did you pick Jose because he's Mexican?" And without hesitation, he said yes.
Yeah. And the other thing is, I'm not castigating anybody for being that way because sports are like that. New York people root for the New York Yankees, bro. New York Knicks. There's a place for that. That's at the gate. That's at the box office. That's spending money on the merchandise. There is a place for that. But if we're having a conversation about who's going to win a fight, well, a guy's not going to win a fight because me and him have something in common. That's not even a boxing conversation anymore.
Let me say one thing. It shows integrity that you say, like, I was wrong. And that's exactly why I listen to the relay and I go on these lives, is because it shows integrity. Like, yeah, I was wrong. Exactly like what I said. Like, hey, you know, when Unbiased said 40 million, I was like, oh, you're out of your fucking mind. But you know what? He was fucking right. He was beyond right, because it was 50-60 million. And integrity to me is the most important thing.
Well, what your species, human beings, Homo sapiens, what they don't understand is that the
Damn,
truth.
I just got back, bro. We're not talking about titties no more. Shit.
What Homo sapiens don't understand is that the truth is an energy. It's a cosmic force. It can make you stronger. In its absence, you grow weaker. So when you can simply acquiesce to the force of nature that is the truth, you're better for it.
Yeah,
it's universal principle.
It makes you better.
It's all about vibrations and frequency, bro.
Yeah, it's all about what vibrator she wants to use. You know.
Hey, next question.
I thought you said
Hey,
true.
next
You
question.
true stuff set you free.
Dario or Sweeney, best vibrator?
You never know. But no, you know, just in a general sense, you got to take your ego out of it. Is what it is. Like, you really got to take, and that's not just boxing. In general, you're not gonna learn nothing if you're in your own way. If you can't admit, yes, you're wrong. You can be wrong. Who the fuck do you think you are? God? That you're never gonna be wrong?
We're not infallible, bro. None of us are infallible.
You can become a better fucking person. You can become way better.
You know that a lot of the problems that I've observed on your planet the last 500 years have everything to do with some infinitesimal fly speck's ego on a fly speck on top of a fly speck in space. It's like, are you out of your mind? You don't think you can be wrong? You know, a lot of the arguments, the differences that people have with each other, and it's all because they refuse to look at what the other they're not listening. I know you hear it, that some people aren't listening to what you're saying. They're just waiting to talk. They're not actually listening to what you're saying.
They're thinking about what they're going to say next.
There you go.
Yep.
Yes.
I
That's
can't stand people like that.
You could fix a lot of a lot of problems. You could fix a lot of problems by taking yourself out of it.
Yes.
The problem is, like, if more people could learn how to actually listen instead of waiting their turn to speak, we'd be so much better off.
Real quick, I can't tell you how many times I've gone into a fucking company and they, I say, hey, what do you think if we do this thing? And they tell me, well, you're the boss. I'm like, no, you tell me where I'm wrong. Okay, I don't know. You're the fucking expert. But tell me, this is what I think. And if you tell me, yes, let's go with this, and I realize later on that you know the fucking right thing to do and you don't tell me, then we got a fucking problem. Because, yes, I am in charge, but we're all going to figure out what the fucking right thing to do is. And if you hold back, I will hold you accountable for that. Because I'm the first one to claim I don't know everything. This is what I think. This is what I see. And if I'm wrong, challenge me.
Yeah. And I agree
I
agree with what you're saying, man. And I'll give you another example, but there's another side to this. And it goes like this, man. When you first come into that position, right? And this is speaking from someone who spent over 15 years as a leader of other human beings. And I'll tell you this, man. When you first come into the position, that's cool. But once you get settled and you have a routine with your subordinates or your employees, whatever you want to call it, if they still feel uncomfortable bringing their opinions and ideas to you, you need to look inside yourself as a leader.
Exactly.
And see what you're doing wrong. You know what I mean?
Well, I would say this. My beliefs are Christian. So ego is the bad guy in my book. Ego is always the bad guy. It's always the bad guy. You think you got it all figured
100%.
out.
Yeah, 100%.
That's fucking insane. If you think about the scale of the universe and you got it all figured out, really, it's so many conversations that spills into that, like, people are really crazy. They really think they figured it all out. You can't admit that you're wrong. Your ego is that big. And, like I said, everybody's beliefs are different. Mine are Christian. So how did we get here? Ego. You know, the bad guy's ego. His ego got carried away, you know, and it's like I see where all these things connect. You know what I mean? And that's why I believe them. That's why they at least make sense to me, that belief system. It makes sense. Like, yeah, ego's out of control.
A perfect
people that
example.
failed.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
Those are the people that failed with the big ego. And that's why, like, I got no problem, like, if I say, hey, let's go in this direction, and if it doesn't succeed, all right, what's next? What are we going to do? Let's change this. All right, well, and I got no problem saying, like, hey, you know what? I fucked up. We should have fucking done this.
My best advice burden. My best advice to anybody who finds himself in a leadership position, and I say leadership because I don't like a boss. If you are involved in any type of organization or company and you consider yourself a boss, you're already fucked up. You should be a leader. There's a difference between a boss and a leader. And I'll tell you this, a good leader, right, knows and understands, for example, the fucking pyramids were not built by the Egyptians. And mainstream archaeology and archaeologists who stick to that theory, they're bosses, right? They've already had peer-reviewed papers.
Oh yeah, that's a great talking
and I'm just saying
point
that's a small example of, like, listen, man, you need to humble yourself. When new shit surfaces, new evidence is there, and it's there and it can't be denied, and you still want to argue it, like, and it's the same thing at whatever workplace you're in.
I watched the British guy, this new British guy who's supposed to be the smartest thing smoking, and how, you know,
Graham Hancock.
Yeah, and he says the stuff he says with such confidence, and I'm like, this is not real. This is a comedy. This has got to be a comedy. And you know, equally, there's a guy with a very high IQ, high intelligence quotient, who says the opposite. He says, "Oh yeah, there's evidence of a God. There's evidence of it all over the place. Yada yada yada." And the whole thing is, it's like the English guy. I'm like, how could you say what you're saying with so much confidence? I just don't understand. If you're supposed to be as smart as you are, how do you on this fly speck come to? Yes, I don't know. It's crazy to me. It's like, yeah, it's ego.
Here's
man.
the thing. It's like
just ego.
Because in one hand,
Jules, wasn't it your cousins that built the pyramids?
Look, man. Look, if you really want to know, listen. If you really want to know who built the pyramids and all this different stuff,
Because your primos.
It was a civilization that was much older than the ones that they know of. And there's no historical record of them. But I've always felt, at least in my foot, oh yeah, the human species is a lot older than they realize. But they have their agendas and their motives, and some of it is political, some of it is religious. That history is accounted for a certain way, but that's not actually history. That the Earth is older than they know. The human race. I don't know, but it's very old. It's very,
I don't
very
think
old.
it's older than 10,000 years.
You ever listen to Billy Carson?
Bro, I think
so
it's
check
older
this
than
out.
that.
Hold on. Now, listen. If anybody think it's not older than what the Bible says, we're getting into the creationist, you know what I mean, versus the scientific theory. So, like, that's a whole other argument. But I will tell you this right now, man. Like, when you got archaeologists that go to the pyramids and they look at the Sphinx, and they look at that and they straight tell you, right, this is fucking archaeology 101. I can tell you this is way older than the Egyptians by thousands of years.
Yeah, I mean.
And then you got other ones who already had peer review written papers and solidified their idea that the Egyptians built that shit, and they won't refuse to move. That's all you need to know, bro. Like,
yeah, look, if you look at where the pyramids are, right, and this is just a common sense argument. They keep assuming that the pyramids were built in a desert. So they say, well, there are no trees around. How would they have got all of this over here? Well, what if the pyramids were built in a time where there was agriculture and vegetation?
See, that's what I was about to tell you. Exactly, bro. When they were built, that place was lush.
Yeah.
Green, grass, trees, soil, all that shit, bro. Like,
the whole thing is
days, bro, but
the whole thing is you never know. That's the main thing. That the smartest thing you can say when you're confronted with a problem that you don't have the answer to is, I don't know. So you have to start thinking about things three-dimensionally. You have to start thinking abstract.
And what bothers me is motherfuckers, mainstream archaeologists and historians, they have the nerve to sit there and be like, oh, it's not possible that there was an advanced civilization more advanced than us on Earth. You know, there were humans more advanced than us before this time. Like, how do you, like, what?
That's ego.
Bro.
That's just ego.
And
the measure of what they define advanced, because The measure of what they think makes them intelligent. Well, for starters, if you've been raking the earth and you're pulling minerals out of the ground that are making you sick, are you smart?
Nope.
Are you?
And matter of
Because
fact,
that's
look,
what
look,
you're doing.
Yeah, look at Göbekli Tepe. Look at Göbekli Tepe in Turkey. All right, that archaeologists have all green determined that's at a minimum 12,000 years or older, right? So they're like, well, if you guys are claiming, if mainstream archaeology is claiming that mankind didn't have the capability to build that, they were still hunter-gatherers at the time, how did this happen? And they're like, oh, well, we don't know, but you're wrong. That's all they can say is, we don't know, but you're wrong. Like, well, motherfucker, it's there. It was built.
Part of
Real
the problem, though, is...
Go ahead. One at a time, fellas. Go ahead, Jason.
No, part of the problem with this is that there's complete lack of any historical records from that time because of the Bronze Age collapse. Like, the short version for those who don't know. Bronze Age, everything was Gucci, and then some kind of disaster happened and everything collapsed. We don't really know what. Whether it was a famine or
a flood,
the sea people who come from across the ocean.
You know what? You make it a good point, but let me check you on the Bronze Age thing. That was one of many big Earth disasters. Like, bro, the Göbekli Tepe goes way back past the Bronze Age.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying, though. It's like the Bronze Age is like the earliest thing we know, and we don't know anything about it because when that thing collapsed, it collapsed. Written records gone forever. So
exactly. And you know what, bro? You're right.
There's something older.
Yeah, you're lending credit to the point that I'm trying to make. Is like these mainstream archaeologists that are saying like, oh, it's set in stone that, you know, no pun intended, it's set in stone that, you know, this is how it was and this is the timeline of events. It's like, well, look at the missing shit from the Bronze Age. After the Bronze Age, look at Göbekli Tepe. Shit, look at you know, what in Kundu Uru from fucking Turkey. Like, look at all these things. Like, they go way past beyond them, and these motherfuckers are built in monoliths, putting up stones that weigh, you know, thousands of tons and shit, like 2 tons, 3 tons, 4 tons, 5,000 fucking pounds.
70
like,
tons.
bro, it's insane, bro. Like,
Jules, have you ever listened to Billy Carson?
Oh yeah, I've listened to Billy Carson.
You know, the whole Anunnaki and stuff. I mean, look, you listen to that, you know, the Sumerian, the first civilization.
I've heard
of
all of that.
There is a lot of, when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense.
Look, I'll say it's provocative. It's provocative, but not impossible, because if you're talking about, and this is, you know, once again, I'm not a proponent of it. I don't necessarily believe it. I just don't dismiss it because that would be stupid. If you're proposing that there's another planet that we can't see because it has an irregular orbit, an oblong orbit that only comes into contact with this particular blue dot after some thousands or whatever years, and that's when these Anunnaki people came here, yada yada yada. I'm not going to dismiss that because I don't know that didn't happen. There are many pieces missing in the historical account. There are, bro. There's shit. There's a whole fucking city off the coast of Japan that they found. They don't know who the fuck built it. They literally don't know.
And you know what?
And it's not just
to add
that.
credence to what Jules is saying.
Hold on.
No, go ahead. You can go after me.
Not only that, and it's not only that. It's also the leap that man made from, like, you know,
incredible.
Exactly. There was just a jump, which lends credence to the whole genetic modification.
Yes.
At the same time, we don't. The reason that I don't just go with it, the reason I'm like, okay, this is what they're saying. Now let me pull back. We don't have anything to measure it against. Is what I look at that. It's possible. Is it possible that an alien species would have been, you know, messing around with human DNA and that can explain some of the advancements? Blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, it's possible, but it's just as possible that this is the way these things go because we don't have anything to measure it against. We only know ourselves. We don't have another species to measure it against and say, oh, well, this is not normal. No, the only normal we know is us. So that's the opposing argument. It's like the plurality of worlds thing. The Fermi paradox that, oh, well, life in the universe might be common, or it might actually be uncommon and we're just freaks. It's not.
And here's
It's
another,
not common.
and here's the thing that I love to talk about when it comes to science and religion, right? Because this is what we're saying. Everything we're saying is science versus religion. And I tell people, I'm like, look, man, like you believe in God, right? Yep. But the people who believe in God, a lot of them, they take the word of God, the book, right? When it comes to the word of God, the book, they take it as literal, right? And I'm like, hold on, guys. Is it so hard to believe that what we are as humans on Earth, if something from somewhere else in the cosmos came here, right, and ruled over us and became our God, like, why is that so hard to believe that we would see them as God? Like, if we're out here being primitive as fuck and they came here, fucked with our DNA, made actual what we are now humans today, like, is that so hard to believe that would be your God? Like,
well, yeah,
that's
I mean,
where the stories
some
came.
stuff,
Like, you know what I mean?
would
Like, people they can't fathom that shit.
I would say that some things are instinctual. It's not a passive. Like, I don't know. Everybody's experiences are different. That's why I don't try to use mine like it's everybody's. All I can say is, for me, it's instinctual. I just, the stuff I believe, it's not because of something that I read. It's instinctual. Like, yeah, this makes a lot of fucking sense.
But let me ask this one simple question, right? And this is to anybody who has any faith, whatever your religion is. I don't care what it is. If you have faith in any religion, this is one question I pose to you. Whatever God you believe in, is it so hard to believe that there's more than one? If yours can exist, is it so hard to believe that others can't exist?
I mean, yes, because mine
that's all I'm
literally
saying.
said that he was the only one.
It's not that. It's that they one thing that you learn when you're a parent, which is also very educational. It's very educational. You explain things to your children in a way that they can understand. There's things their mind is not ready for. So I think that's the ego thing again. My God is better than your God. My dad is better than your dad. I think the older I get, the more I think about these characters in the story, right? Taking myself out of it, even though I believe it. It's abstract. You're thinking about God as a man. He's not a man. I don't think of him as a man. I think of these things as a force of nature. I don't.
Consciousness.
I'm not looking for a guy with a beard. I'm not thinking about that. That's a human understanding of what it is. And two, some things aren't even meant for you to understand. You know what you need to understand? Don't steal. Don't kill. Don't covet. That's what you need to understand. And like a lot of other things, that people do, they tend to worry about like that shit is not your problem. Like the Myron Gaines guy. What you worried about what some hoes is doing for? You don't want to marry a hoe, right? So then what you worried about these hoes for? They hoeing. Let them hoe. That's not your problem.
What I've always believed is God put something in your head to say, this is right, this is wrong. You choose. And if you choose right, great. If you choose wrong, you will be judged. That's it.
And I think
that's scripture. That's scripture. But I'll tell you this: like, once again,
it's karma. It's also karma.
Listen, hold on. If I'm just posing ideas, guys, I'm not arguing with nobody. If we on Earth as humans have a God, right? Let's say all of us on Earth believe in God, right? Jesus Christ, in our own way, whatever. Doesn't matter if it's the Muslim way or the Buddhist way, whatever. We believe in a God, right? Whatever God had, let's call them angels, let's call them disciples, it doesn't matter. As humans, what do you think they all are to us? As humans, compare a human to an angel. Compare a human to what you describe God. They're all gods. They're all something that we can't even fathom. There's something that we can't even touch or see that we have to have faith in. So if you put that way, what makes you think there can't be more than one compared to us? Compared to us as humans.
I think there's a God, and I think there's guides. I think there's
a creator. That's all
creator.
And you know what? I'm down with all that. We're both saying I'm down with all that.
There's spirits that guide you.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing.
I'm saying this, Jules.
Bro, you gotta let me talk, bro. You gotta let me talk. You're monopolizing the conversation, bro. You're monopolizing the conversation. You are, bro. You're not letting anybody get a word in.
My bad. Go ahead.
I don't think about that. I'm not worried about angels. If I worry about them too much, what do they become? False idols. I'm not worried about them. Whatever they are, it's not my problem. There's a creator. He's got a set of rules. That is what you as a man have to worry about. You don't need to worry about the angels and what they're doing, what their role is, where they are, where they're from. You don't need to worry about. That's not my problem. The only thing I need to worry about is don't steal, don't lie, don't kill, don't covet, honor the seventh day, yada, yada, yada. That's what you need to worry about. That's what you need to worry about. If you get caught up worrying about other shit, you're going to go somewhere else with it. And that's literally what I think happened to modern religion and modern Christianity. It got away from its core values that you know that all of this is intended to be a guide for you to be closer to the creator, closer to his image.
But whoever it is.
Yeah,
wherever he
whatever
came from.
it is, whatever it is, right? Because it's not a man.
Jules, man, I'm glad I let you cook, bro. Listen, that's what I was gonna say. What I'm saying is, all we need to do is worry about ourselves here on Earth and do the best we can and be the best person we can, be the best people we can, and we'll see what the fuck happens at the end, man.
Well,
only in IQ you can go from pussy to religion, to politics to boxing.
Right?
Listen, bro. Hey, listen, bro. If God didn't want me to have pussy, he wouldn't have put it here. He wants me to have it.
Hey, real quick. Hey. Shout out to all the brains we got on the panel, man. I appreciate all y'all. I love the ideas. I love the discourse, man. I fucks with all y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
You know, and yeah, but you know, just in a very general sense, I think that the religion was used as a tool for power also historically.
Yes.
We know that to be an absolute fact. So a lot of what you see is a perversion of what it was intended, you know. So it's just, you know, I tend to lean towards what Gooch said, that you know what it is. Underneath it all, you know when you're right and you know when you're wrong. And if you don't, you're the reason. Someone like you.
You feel it.
When you don't have a compass for right and wrong, you're the kind of person that is likely the reason they're gonna close this show. When there are more of you than there are of us that might have a compass for right and wrong, there won't be a reason for this place to go on. And that's when the show's over.
And the moral compass is really easy to figure out. Or would you be ashamed of your loved ones knowing you're doing what you're doing?
Right? It's not hard to figure out that there's a some of it is visceral, is a natural instinct of right and wrong. There is a natural instinct. And I've always looked like one story that I was always fascinated by was the book of Revelations. Even when I was an atheist for a little while, I was still fascinated by that story, trying to understand why would things have to end? What would be the reason? And the only logical reason there is, if there's nothing left to save, well, then that's when you close the show. So if things are still going on, that's because you still have a shot. You still have a shot. But when the whole crop is bad, yeah, now it's time to go.
And you know what's crazy? Hey, Jules, you know what's crazy? I'm glad you said that, because when I was a teenager and I read the entire fucking Bible and I read the book of Revelations at the end, my brain went, oh my God, are we going to be just another one of the dozens of extinctions on Earth before they restart?
Probably. I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, we might just be another set that's like, oh, these ones didn't work out. Let's reset. And then there's going to be a whole another shit after us.
Yeah. You know, and on that note, this chair is hurting my ass. So God wants me to go to sleep.
Word.
Night, Jules.
Good
night.
Peace out, y'all. Peace out, fam. Appreciate the discourse.